from. It is a bit of a different day today, isn't it? I can see a lot of people are scared in the markets. A lot of people are scared in the markets. But don't fear. Don't fear. We're going to talk about it all today. We're going to try and understand exactly what's going on, what the market's doing, why the market's doing what it is. This is your one-stop shop for crypto FA, crypto news, and crypto TA. Okay, we're gonna go through Bitcoin, we're gonna go through Ethereum, we're gonna look. You know how it works on this show. You know how we do it on this show. You're here to learn. You're gonna learn something new today. Okay, you're gonna learn something new today. That's how we do it. So as always, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing to the content. We are on our way to 3K subscribers. All right, we are on our way to 3K subscribers. We need all of you guys to make that happen. But otherwise, let me know in the chat. I know a lot of you guys tune in with your headphones, and a lot of you guys tune in just listening to my voice and stuff. But pop a comment in the chat. Let's get the chat active a little bit. Just say hello, afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from. Maybe let me know where you're tuning in from. There we go. We got some comments coming in. Elizabeth, Terry, Sam. Good to see you, Sam. Good afternoon to you, Sky Changer, Stanley. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And Kashif Rashid, afternoon all. KRR Crypto in the house. Okay, yep. I've seen you growing on Twitter, mate. I see you pushing it. Good to see you guys. Really, really good to see you. Oh, we've got some cheeky comments there as well. Great stuff. Do you know what? That's a great comment, Eric. That's a great comment. Funny how fast people go from uber bearish to uber bullish, then back to uber bearish. Look, we're going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about that today. Don't worry about that. I'm here to put it all into perspective for you guys. Moody, nice to see you, Moody. Nice to see you. And good morning to Paul as well. There we go. We've got some more people piling in. Let's just get a few more people piling into the chat, and then we're going to kick off with Bitcoin. We'll dive into Bitcoin properly, and we'll try and get a clearer understanding of what's happening. If we do need to collapse our positions, if we do need to flip from bullish to bearish, we'll do that. We'll do that. It's not an issue. It doesn't matter, all right? We're here to read the market. We're here to read the charts. The charts will tell us what we need to see, and we will then follow suit with that. I know you guys see the headline as well regarding Elon Musk. I'm here to break that down for you guys and help you guys understand what I'm seeing when it comes to that. So we are going to have a good chat about that today. Bit of an interesting one, actually. I'm going to need some of your opinions on all of this today as well. So this is going to be more of an interactive conversation than anything. We've got 20 people here. Maybe we can kick off now. 20 people here, but we've got 11 likes. Interesting. You might need to smash up those likes. But anyway, I digress. Let's jump straight into Bitcoin, all right? Okay. Let's talk about Bitcoin. So before we go into what exactly is happening, morning, Jerry. Morning. Good to see you, mate. Elizabeth with a fantastic comment here as well. It's all about preparing for the moves. If you only get involved while the move is happening, your emotions will take over. Great comment from Elizabeth there. And one more comment. Rolly says, good morning. Good morning, Rolly. Good morning. Good morning, all of you guys in the NJ community. It's great to see you. All. Let's get the like spikes. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you are not doing us justice, okay? You're part of the NJ community now, whether you like it or not. Help us get to 3,000 subs. Help us do it. My allergies are kicking off today. All right, so look, let's dive into Bitcoin, okay? Let's dive into Bitcoin. So where did we leave off yesterday? Yesterday, we had plans. Okay, we mentioned that Bitcoin was in a range and we had broken out of that range. We had a breakout. How long was the range? 35 days. We were stuck inside of this range for 35 days. All right. Now, I tweeted this yesterday. These narratives that you have on this chart here, we didn't cover this particular in the stream yesterday, but I tweeted this out and I'm going to share it with you guys today. So my thought process is this. Number one, we are still in a downtrend, okay? Price is trapped within its downtrend. We're making lower highs. Number two, we've got ranges that we can work with. We've got a range right here. Is there a way that I can make this mouse? There we go. There we go. I think that should be better. A lot of people were mentioning yesterday that the mouse wasn't good. Guys, can you guys see my mouse properly? If you guys can see my mouse properly where I hover it and stuff, let me know, okay? Let me know. I need your suggestions and stuff so that I can make the stream more just better for you guys, yeah? So let me know. Let me know. Your comments do go somewhere with me. So anyway, we had a range here, 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 and we had a range here. So what I did was I looked at the previous range, okay? I looked at the previous range here and I thought to myself, okay, well this was a range right here. We had a massive sell-off. What caused that sell-off? How long were we trapped in this range in order to create such a massive sell-off into the lows that we had at 17k? So I realized it took 31 days to break out of this range. And I said to myself, okay, well, look, we've got a similar story here where this up move right here created this move down into 17k. And over the course of this range, I've not been able to see price really break out. We find resistance here, we find resistance there, we get close and we find resistance there. And each time we find resistance at this sort of order block right here, we sell off, don't we? So I thought, okay, mouse is not clear to me, but I'm watching on phone. Okay, all right. I'll work on that. I'll figure something out for you guys after. All right. So if this order block here, if this up move was the move that led to the move down, then why can't we break it? And not only that's not the only question that I had, but why is it every time we get close to it, we sell off so aggressively? Look at these moves. Every time we get to this block here, we zoom back down to sort of 19k, we get back above here, we get back to 19k. Now after 35 days of being inside of this range, we finally pushed up and we've broken out of the range. Now the question that we have is this going to be a deviation of this range and then we get back in? That was the worst case scenario that we mentioned. Okay, we did mention that on the stream. And alternatively, if it's not going to be a breakout of the range, then is it going to be something that holds? So I know a lot of people today are really, really focused on trying to understand if Bitcoin is bearish, but you guys need to calm down, okay? You need to calm down, especially if you watch yesterday's stream. If you watch yesterday's stream and you're feeling uneasy today, you're wondering what to do, then you're not paying enough attention to the streams, okay? You're not paying enough attention because what we do on these streams is we break down price. We break it down so that we're prepared for the next move. Anything that's happened already, we don't care too much about it. But we spend our time on these streams for an hour or two a day, making sure that we can understand the next narrative. So look, let's zoom in a little bit, all right? Now, if we break out of a range like this, a 35-day range, are we really expecting one FU candle all the way into 26k or a one big FU candle right into 28k? Does that really make sense? You know, is there any other scenario on this chart where you can tell me there was just one straight candle up? And also at the same time, I want to ask you guys this as well, but if this is a bearish wave, if this is a bear rally, then what do we know about bear rallies? Bear rallies allow us to exit our positions. Bear rallies give us a pump in the market. Bear rallies give us time to get out of the market. So if we had one big candle straight into 28k, wouldn't that kind of be the end of the bear rally? Wouldn't that be a straight shot up into this area right here to take out whatever liquidity that we need so that we can continue our sell-off? It's just something that, you know, I want you guys to think about. You know, we knew that we were never going to get one candle that goes straight up. Okay, if you're new to this game, then that's the thing that you can learn today. You're going to learn a lot more, but that's the thing that you can learn today. Price never goes in a straight line. Look, when price was here, look at this wick right here. This is a good example. Okay, why am I using this wick as an example? I'm using this wick as an example because we have liquidity here, we have liquidity here, and we have this gap right here, lovely little gap here that we want to fill. Now price goes all the way up here, we get that nasty wick and people get excited. Some people will tweet, some people will make videos saying, yeah, I caught the short I'm the best in the world, I'm the best trader, you should follow me, etc., etc. But look what happens after this person catches the short. Price doesn't really give that sell-off. It doesn't really give that sell-off. It does all of this. And all of this, it might look small now and it might not mean anything to you now, but there's a lot of emotions inside of this candle, inside of these candles. 31 days. 31 days in the range. Now, you've got to ask yourself, right? I know each and every one of you have your own stories, and each and every one of you, you're the main character in your life and you're the main character in your story. So let's use yourself as an example, right? If you're in a trade, are you really able to hold a leveraged position for 31 days? That's an interesting question. It's a question that a lot of people don't really talk about. Are you able to do that? Most of you like to be in and out of trades very quickly. Okay, so even when this short was hit, there was 31 days before we finally got that break in market structure, that confirmation where we got that crazy sell-off. Okay, and that's why a lot of traders prefer to wait for confirmation, because they want those moves to be aggressive. Okay, now in this particular instance, if we zoom more into Bitcoin, what did we actually say yesterday? What did we say? We said that we broke out of the range finally. We've got here this resistance right here. This resistance was the resistance that we couldn't break, guys. We couldn't break it here. We couldn't break it here. We couldn't break it here. We got close, but we couldn't break it here. And each time there was an incredible sell-off. And now Bitcoin is finally retesting this area here as support for the first time in nearly 40 days. So you've got to ask yourself now, are you blindly shorting here? Are you blindly shorting? You've got to really think to yourself, what do I need to see for shorting? Okay, I'm still holding my long. I can collapse my position. I can do that. But what do I need to see for me to collapse my position? I need a few pieces of evidence to help me collapse my positions. I need to see, number one, I need to see us get back inside of this range. So I know that this consolidation here, let me draw this better out here. I know that this consolidation here happened early June. This consolidation really held the market down. This consolidation here is what made me believe we could go to 14, 15, 16K. This consolidation here is what got everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter bearish. This consolidation is the consolidation I'm paying attention to. That also lines up with my range high. So that's two things that I've got now. That's not enough to just simply get short. What else do I need to see for confirmation? What I need to see for confirmation, I need to see I need to see price break this trend line. Okay? Look, this trend line has been active since the 13th of July. That's a week of price. Oh, we got TraderSZ in the house, Bomberclot. Watch my nerves. Watch me get all my nerves now. All my nerves are going to settle in, and suddenly I'm not going to be good at this anymore. Great to see you, TraderSZ. Great to see you. And I can see all the other comments as well. Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Spark a debate in the chat. Let me know how you guys feel. You're all entitled to your opinions. Don't just blindly listen to me. If any of you have arguments, make it happen. Make it happen. Look, we've got a good comment here from Kashif. He says, fractal of the Jan to March price action, almost 4 months sideways price action. Kashif is asking questions. He's not here to just listen to what I have to say. He's taking what I have to say into interest, but he's asking questions. So anyway, going back to Bitcoin, this consolidation is the consolidation that's really important to me. That's one. Number two, it lines up with my range high. I've got 2 points now. Number three, if this is going to be a deviation, then I need to prove. It needs to prove itself. I can't just guess that it's going to be a deviation and then sell. I can't do that. I need to wait for something. Now, number three, I've got a trend line here. Has this trend line been broken? Okay, it looks like it's going to get broken right now, but is it broken yet? No. So if I'm going to wait for more confirmation, a third point that I can make is, hold on, if you break this trend line and do something like this, I'll collapse my positions, and then maybe I've got an entry here for a short with a stop loss there. All right, and then I'll target TP1, which is here. And if we get below this, then I think it's over. Why do I think it's over? Because we have resistance here, resistance here, and we're below this consolidation that was important to me. Okay, does that make sense to everyone? Faisal says 2 ledgers on the stream. No, my friend, no. We've got me and SC and everybody else on the stream as well. You're all ledgers. You're all here. Some of you are at work. Some of you are taking time out your day. You're all here trying to learn and trying to better yourself. So we're all ledgers. We're all ledgers. All of us. Well done. So again, if this is truly a deviation, then we need to wait for it to confirm itself. We need some more price action, because look, in hindsight, it's always good. It's always easy to guess things in hindsight. It's always not guessing, sorry. It's always easy to chart things in hindsight, but often be the case. What if this is a deviation? What if this? Look, let me show you this. What if this is a deviation? You're going to feel like a real knob now if this is a deviation. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Look, hold on. So if we take this trend line and we push... Oi. Okay. If we push this trend line out there, all right? Look at this. If we take, for the trend line traders that are out there, look, isn't this a deviation? Isn't this a deviation? All of this here, isn't that support? What if we're deviating this? What if we deviate this and get back above, and then we start pushing into our targets? Aren't you going to feel like a knob because you didn't wait for confirmation? You would, wouldn't you? So, right now for me, I need to see what happens here, because like I said, this area here, this was an important area for me. This held price down for so long. This area is what got everyone super bearish. Nobody was calling for lows here. Nobody was calling for highs here. Nobody was calling for a retest here. Nobody was saying anything. Everybody was calling for new lows. And when we got to this area here, even after we'd formed the range, everyone was talking about new lows. So, we've had one day now where price has broken out of the range. All right. If we hold below here and we're showing it looks like price is turning, then I'll collapse my positions. I wouldn't get short until after 21,600, okay? Because then I know that, look at this. Resistance, major resistance. This is a deviation of all of this and this consolidation that's important to me. And that's why I really think we're going to shoot all the way here. Suddenly, this becomes a target. Suddenly, these become a target. Suddenly, this becomes a target. And I don't know what happens then. All I can do is play with the range that I've been given. Okay? So, it's very important that you guys don't lose the context of where price is in. So, for me, as it currently stands, yes, it does look bad. Okay, why have we broken back inside of this range? It does look bad. At the same time, we know that a deviation is possible. So there's no reason why we can't do something like this. And then we can push up, all right? And a lot of people will feel stupid here. I wouldn't rush to long or short. If you're already long from a breakout of this range here, then where's your invalidation? Your invalidation already, your stop loss would be below this range level here, wouldn't it? Think about it logically. If you're long right now, wouldn't your stop be here? Why would your stop be here? You've got low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and now hopefully higher low. Okay? So if we've got all these higher lows, then where are you going to put your stop loss? You're not going to put your stop loss here, are you? You're not going to long Bitcoin at 23k and put your stop loss at 17.5k. You wouldn't do that. You're not going to put your stop loss at 19k. You're not going to put your stop loss at 20k. You're going to put your stop loss at the previous low, okay? Right here. Because if we break down like this, then we've broken market structure. We've broken back into the range. We've deviated above here. We've broken market structure here. We're now looking like it's a downtrend, and we can start targeting these lows here. Make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? I hope it does. And so, as it stands right now, there is no trade. DM. Okay, well, guys, this is the end of my TA session because we're going to bring on a guest. You guys want TraderSZ to come and school us? Would you guys like TraderSZ to come on and school us and show us some real price action? I mean, I'm all right. But I know TraderSZ he's my teacher. I always look stupid when it comes to him. So it's up to you guys. Do you guys want TraderSZ to come on? TraderSZ comes on. We'll have some real fun. Maria says it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, my G. Merhaba, Gul. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It's great to see you, Gul. And Joel, always a pleasure to have you on. All of you guys are always good to have you guys. I love my regulars. You know, when we get new subscribers to the channel and stuff, I get super happy. I love it when I see the NJ community grow. But when I see some of my OGs, you know, the guys that have been supporting this channel, you know, you got to think about it. I've been streaming here, and a month ago when I was streaming, there was around 7 people here. So to see 40, 50, 60, 70 people here now. Anyway, look, I digress. You all called for it, so here we go. Hello, sir.
Yo, this is muting.
Yeah, you sound good. Hey, if you press the disable camera button, it will show your logo instead of that logo that is showing there, or it will just show that. All right, never mind. How are you, SC?
I'm all good, fam. I'm good, man. I was away.
It's good to see you, man. It's good to hear from you. Thank you for coming on the stream. I
Yes,
really appreciate
last
it.
time I told you the situation, so you know how it is.
Yeah, man. It's good to have you on the stream, man. It's always a pleasure. I was wondering when the next time you'd come on the stream was. You know, I know I've only got you for 10, 15 minutes, so I'm gonna be straight to the point. Can you help out some of the NJ community? Some of the NJ community, they're wondering what the hell is going on with Bitcoin. I'm trying to get everyone calm. I'm trying to help everybody understand.
Let's make it happen. Give me the 1 minute. I'm just gonna get some water, okay?
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. So guys, in the chat, show some love. We've got TraderSZ here. He's going to give us his opinion on Bitcoin. He's going to give us his opinion on the market, and that's my gift to you. That's my gift to you. Well, it's actually TraderSZ's gift to me. But what's the point getting a gift if I can't share it with the community? There we go. We've got some lovely comments coming in here. Come on, guys. Spam up the chat. Show some love. Spam up the chat.
I'm back, bro.
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. Would you like to share your screen, sir?
Yeah, let me just put the tweet up, fam.
Thank you, Ledgers. Thank you for all your patience. Appreciate all of you. In the meantime, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 3,000 subs. We are on our way. We are getting so close. Okay. And make sure you like the video as well. All right, it helps with the algorithms. We've got 100 likes in the last 3 videos, and I can't thank you enough. All right, can we do it again today? I'll leave it to you. SC, I will let you share your screen. Here you go, sir. And
okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, perfect.
1 sec. So is there anything in particular you want me to go through, or questions, or?
Well, do you know what? The question I've got, right, is we have been in a situation where we've been downtrending for so long, and we're finally getting some relief in the market. Now, you know, since we've been getting these up moves in the market, a lot of people are getting excited, a lot of people are getting bullish, a lot of people are wondering how high this thing can go. And now we've gotten our first pullback and people are worried. So the question that a lot of people have is this an overall deviation? You've taught us all how to use deviations. I use it, Trader Denk uses it, a lot of your other students in your class use it. Is this a deviation, and are we looking to go lower? Or is this just a pullback? Is this a test of support?
You know what? I think, I can at current prices, I can build a case for both. So, for example, like, as you guys probably noticed, I've been long. We spoke about the long scenarios. And that was, again, I always said, make sure you understand this is still a bear market, okay? And let's not let loose of our bigger picture, that if it's a bear market, how does, or bull market even, how does it look? So in a bull market, you get price action like this, and very often you don't get the perfect retest, right? It goes that like that, and then the bear market. So what I'm doing now is setting the context. So when you understand the context, what I explain after now will be easier to digest. So that's that. Also, these range lows were at previous all-time high. So I'm gonna go slowly. So here, and if you recall, when I was on with you previously, I said, okay, naturally we do expect some sort of reaction there. The confirmation that's gonna go low will be below here. So whether that's profit taking, whether that's just some reaction because high time level, whatever the reason is, you're gonna get that. So the probability of that increase, and that's why I went long. And if you look at my feed, I've got it nearly exactly at the top here. Okay, and that doesn't mean I'm bullish. I'm just playing the trend. Okay.
Agreed.
So the question is, I mean, everybody has it instilled in them that the market has to, come into perfect retest or take out some stuff. No, it doesn't. Proof of that is, look at this. When we dropped from here, like when it dropped here, it didn't even get to there. It touched that. When it dropped here, it didn't even get to there. It's dropped. So that means the stops were taken. So here, they're taken now. Now, if the market's really weak, that could be enough for it to continue lower. Let's not also forget this consolidation here. See this previously? Right now. So that means I could mark at any level, we get a reaction, but it's a place for a possible reversal. Then comes the question, what increases the probability of the trade idea? Or what would tell me, okay, now I know with conviction that the high is in, or probability? Well, let's look previously. Resistance, breakout. Sorry about the noise, that's my...
No, it's fine. Please
I
continue.
just got back from abroad. So
Welcome back, bro. It's great to have you. It's great to have you.
McLean supposed to come as well. McLean was supposed to be here too. She's not. She's coming tomorrow instead.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, okay. It's all for me. But yeah, anyways, and then we've got this here. So if we come down below here, then for me, what's the difference? Same thing. I'll play towards the range low as first objective. And if it breaks below range low, that takes us below what? The previous all-time high I mentioned, which would then set the continuation for something like this.
Agreed.
Okay, so what can I do in the meantime? That means at one stage, I had conviction for a swing, really, whether you want to call it a swing trade or whatever, I mean, a couple of thousand move it is. At that point, that's it, I'm done now. Then I look for, okay, what other confluencing factors I got? Well, one is F. So look at FUSD, where did that come into? So usually, I mean, if F is going to top out on a macro scale, that's not breaking even, by the way, that's not trade call for you guys. Then maybe Bitcoin as well. Sometimes one gives clearly to the other. This was too much of a fast move. So a lot of people are putting out to merge this, whatever, use that. Really, what it was is FBTC. For FBTC to push up, F needs to be a lot stronger, and BTC consolidates, or it just shows more relative strength. So when that came into macro resistance, and this for me is a big resistance, because I said the bigger picture, I would like something like this, and then, bottom out, and then that.
Agreed.
So that's a huge, oopsie daisy, huge resistance level.
Have you got room just for one quick question, SC? There's one thing that I know that a lot of people are wondering right now. I think this is where a lot of people are getting worried, right? If we could just quickly go back to the Bitcoin chart, the first Bitcoin chart where you were giving us the examples. I think it was that one, yeah. If, let's say, for instance, right, if some of these guys are long right now and they're in a long position, they've waited for a breakout of that range that we've been in, and they've taken a long. They're in some sort of profit, but obviously we're pulling back to entry now. How would we sort of advise anyone to? I guess what I'm trying to say is, what would they need in order to collapse their position?
Raising invalidation. So
exactly.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine, and I would understand a breakout retest, but the thing is, right, so one thing you gotta understand is the breakout retest, everybody knows what a breakout retest is, but when do you use it? So breakout retests are higher probability in a bull market because the context is set already. So breakout is just an excuse for entry, MA entry, whatever entry. However, a breakout retest in a bear market, which still is, I mean, what's changed? Nothing's changed. You're just hoping it's changed and you look for reason. So even though I was taking the long, I was well aware the context is still bearish. Then you gotta ask yourself the question: the probability of a deviation is high as well in a bear market. Makes sense?
Yes.
So this is where the context is different. Same pattern, but when to use and when not to use. Now, okay, if you're going to go with the breakout retest, and if you're already in, so what you do is you set your ranges. As where am I wrong on the idea? Well, clearly, I mean that's my range low here. Clearly, if it gets below here, then you're wrong, aren't you? So around probably like, I mean on this chart here, okay, we will set another chart on the lower time frame, which will refine it even more. Okay, but here, I mean, okay, it could be a breakout retest, but you're wrong below here. So if you took it based on that, then you cut it below here, but it's okay because you switch and they take the short towards range lows. We're going to refine this more now. This is just why the stops and stuff.
Sure.
But yes,
do you mind if we just you see the top line that you've got as marked as your range high? Can you what's the price that says? Is that 22,600?
So let me see how I got to that first. So the way I got to that first was it's not just it's a weekly level. So that was the first. See that weekly high here? That was capping the market down here. See that there?
Mm-hmm.
So that price level is, I mean, change differs in exchanges. 21,520, around 21.5k.
21.5k. So there you go, guys.
21,687. This way, yeah. It doesn't really matter. It's just a zone area. It doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
But around here, you can see like resistance, deviation, go back below, deviation, sell off. This time it held. So okay, you get the case, but at the same time, what's going on with something else? Is the ES topping out? So for example, say if the ES was suggesting it's going to go higher, then that breakout retest increase the probability. If F looks like it's going to go higher, so this is where ES I'm a bit confused on. So I'm going to refine it down and say, okay, you know what? I can find cases for both, which I can, because my main move is done. Either I wait if I'm bearish to get below here, or I'll play short-term level to level until it's clear it wants to go higher. So what do I do in this case? So this is where I refine the chart down. And what I've done is refine it to intra-week range. So if you notice that range, mid-range is finding support here. So if I want to go long, I know where I'm wrong. I'm wrong below here. So what I would look for is maybe something like mid-post got a cap because it's already proven some resistance from support. So one way is reclaim above here, hold, and you got to remember there's still resistance towards there. It's just intra-week play.
Yeah.
Or if you don't like that and say, okay, well, this could be resistance retest, you wait, they consolidate, and then here, then that is a deviation confirmed. And that would start off as a level-to-level play. That's clear now. He wants to take out the stops here, and it's holding below the mid-range, so it's confirming the plan. But more importantly, it gives the chance for a possible breakout play because of what's happening so far. But also, you can get on board higher up, and you know your risk profile. So then probably the targets here. So then we're above the initial high of the week. We're above this range. So break out of the range, consolidated. Consolidation proved that it was a deviation. It's breaking out. Then you can play that one. So you start off level to level here because you know your tight stops. And then afterwards, this would increase the probability. Then you can add more in. So for me, that would be the safer play. Whereas it removes the guesswork. I know the full position loads here, and that is the point where I can load on the big size. But in the meantime, I can still take advantage of that.
Agreed.
Also, if I want to play the short side, level to level, well, if it is the top, then what I do is I'll wait for a clean break below the mid-range. So intra-week, that's then a deviation. Break and hold below. I'll short it maybe here towards target 1, target 2. And then by that point, I mean, we've got a big trend line break as well. And we've got to move back within the range. We're probably going to gun for low of the week. And like I said, if market goes down, it goes down in one go. But the main confluence with that I've got is F. So when F rallied, FBTC came into macro resistance. For me, that's macro resistance. So as long as it holds below this trend line, we're good. So if FUS, so that would mean F's got had a massive move up. And again, I mean, this is not a natural move. They usually get smacked higher. But again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a retest because the market's proven itself. But
Mm.
F to me just does look toppy. Above Monday high, okay, that's fine. But if I look at this area here, that was a key pivotal area. See, move to the left here. Doesn't
Yeah.
quite get there, but that was huge. It's right there again. FBTC's at macro resistance. On its own merit, I would be shorting the fuck out of FBTC.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's say they are.
I mentioned on this channel as well 2-3 days ago. You know, $1,700 for Ethereum on the USD pair. It is major resistance 1,700, and I feel like breaking above that would take a lot. I think a lot of people are worried right now. You know, a lot of people have flipped from bullish to bearish, and I think the reason is it's kind of like a traffic light if you think about it. You know, people are focused on either the green or the red. If they're green, they're positive. If they're red, they're negative. But people don't know how to handle themselves in the amber. And right now, I think people are worried because, you know, they were expecting one straight up candle into 28K. They haven't got that, and they don't know what to do now.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
the thing is that's their fault. You gotta be brutal now. You gotta remember, no, but you gotta be honest. Like, fam, as kind as you are, I'm gonna put you straight as well. This is still a fucking bear market. All my streams have come on. It's still a bear market. What's
Yep,
fucking changed? So you gotta understand, bear market rallies are brutal. But if you're gonna play a bear market rally, then either play the range lows and up because you know where you're wrong, and then you can flip. But don't get on at the top. That's what I was getting out at. But if you are gonna get out, I mean, what can I say? I mean, don't be trading.
Yep,
Either
agree.
accept, you know, you're not good enough, which is fine because you focus on where you know how to get on board. Because this is the thing. I mean, I keep saying it, but it's never going to change. I mean, you can be my exit liquidity, that's fine. But at the same time, you got to remember, macro bottom is not in yet. Global money's coming out of the market. You know, you got QT happening. You know, money's being withdrawn. Nothing globally, nothing's changed. Okay, you got to remember, people are more worried about paying their bills. Okay, and you know.
Agreed. No, look,
put food on the table than
totally
investing
agree, yeah.
money. So if money's being withdrawn, that's going to have a natural effect on the stock market as well. People here, you're just thinking about your little 100x altcoin. That's not going to change the world. You're going to end up capitulating to pay the bills.
Well, I'll ask you this then. You know, for the people here who struggle to long and short, for those who need a bit more confirmation, what would be an ideal short scenario then for somebody who needs a lot more confirmation? I mean, I think I can see it. I think it would be a break below Monday's low.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's a couple. So what I've done is here. So for example, based on FBTC being resistance, if this goes down, and again, I could be wrong on my saying it could be a top, but it doesn't mean I'm bearish macro, but I'm still taking longs, right? So based off this chart, so this is why I prefer the F chart. If you remember, I came on the stream. I said if it gets above here, then F's the better play. Now I thought it top out here, it squeezed a bit higher, but okay, even with that, the confirmation for this would be if it breaks below here, then FBTC is really going to go down. Or if it breaks above here, then cancel it's going to go a bit higher. So anyways, based on this so far, what we got to work with, I would anticipate a move towards here. Whether I'm right or not, it doesn't matter. But that gives me, am I going to take F or BTC? Now, at the moment, Bitcoin made that higher high yesterday, okay? But F didn't. Now, F move upward, that's not natural move, that's really fast. So they usually get filled in. Now, what we've done is I've mapped out intra-week range. So we've got low of the week, Monday's low to Monday's high. And if I do that, and then I see, okay, has price respected it? Yes, it has. We're into that resistance I showed already. So if I did it last night, I shorted this, and I'm going to cut it above here, but now it's at break even. So, okay, conservative traders, where is your targets? Well, there's the next SR level, and then low of the week. If it goes lower, that's fine. If it doesn't, then it doesn't matter. But what we're doing is level to level. So what I'm looking for is break and hold below. There's my trigger. Target, clear exit. That's all you need. Rinse, repeat, and then target 2 there. And I'm done because there's where the stops are going to be resting. Low of the week. Okay? And I'm done. Now, after that, I mean, could this be a low in? Who cares? I don't know. But what I do know is, same with Bitcoin, if we do get below here, then we're fucked. So for all I know, this could come all the way down, retest, get back up. If it gets back up, I'll play it along. Target 1, target 2. However, if it breaks below here and then hold below, then it's game over. That's a deviation. We're going to run these lows here. And that's this is where I put my big money behind. You remember that video I did, growing small account one?
Yes,
I don't
yes,
even
yes.
touch the top. This is where I make most of the money,
Well, this
and
is the
that's
thing.
the stuff I
I'd
did
like
short.
to mention this just quickly on the stream. So for a lot of you guys who are tuning in and whatnot, you know, I always stress on this stream: try not to look for a trade every single day. You know, try not to look for a trade every single 15-minute candle that you look for. So for the conservative guys, for people who are really not understanding what's going on with price action at the moment, it might be more pertinent to wait for that 1250 level. Is that 1250 right there, SC, out of interest? You know that box just
Yeah.
there?
Below 550 would confirm the top is in for me.
Right.
But
So
yeah.
So
So
if we bounce at 1250 and we show confirmation, get above Monday's low, we have an invalidation for a long opportunity. But at the same time, if we get below 1250, we're back in that previous range below, and that would be for conservative traders, for those who are newer to the game, to get some size behind that. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. So basically, you're trading. That's all I'm doing is trading. I'm trading what the market gives me. First, I understand my weakness where my strength was playing the leg up. Even this, I got out a bit early, but Bitcoin I nailed. But that doesn't matter. You're not supposed to be perfect. So this area, I know probability of a short is high because it's back within the range, and I'll put more money behind shorts like that. Okay, that's my strength. It's clear. From there towards there is my strength. But here, I could say, well, this could be a breakout retest. This could be a deviation. I don't know. So why am I? So what I've explained is what I'm doing is playing level to level, level to level, and that's it. I don't care what it does after that. But once it does get back below here, if it does, then I know where it's gonna go. If it does come towards here and then retest, well, I'm playing it as a retest, level to level. At that point, you could be wrong on the idea, but you're getting in and out until the market is pretty clear to go up. And that's it. I mean, again, even to the upside, if it does get back above here, whether you choose to take it or not, it doesn't matter. But if it lines up with your thesis, that's fine. But if it does this and holds above, then I'll play it level to level towards here. And same with Bitcoin, the macro breakout would be, yes, those asking, that's my washing machine. I'm in my other place. Which I
Are you
won't show
sure?
you
It's
now.
a lot of people are thinking it's your private jet. Even I'm wondering if it's your
No,
private jet.
I'm not in my normal place. Well,
All
one of
right,
my
all right.
normal places. Yeah, so this one has
Quick
yeah, so
visit,
yeah,
yeah.
sorted. And the place can get renovated soon, so yeah, it's bear with the noise. Short pit stop. So from there, and then play towards there. So that's my breakout play. So the key thing is I don't care about direction. I'm playing both sides. When I do know my strength is when I definitely the bottom is in, I'll play the swing. When there's uncertainty for me, I get out and I'll play the levels to level. And that's all I'm doing. So up or down, it doesn't matter to me. But I know where I'm going to get short, where I'm wrong, where I'm going to get up, and vice versa. Make sense?
Yeah, completely. So you've given us all the plans. Man, I can't thank you enough for that. I'm sure everybody in the chat as well is super grateful. I guess the last question that I probably have for you, which is probably what's on a lot of people's mind, is you've given us a bunch of plans, right? And these plans all have high probability. But what do you think is going to happen? It doesn't have to be correct, but what do you think is going to happen in general? Out of all the plans that you've given, what's your favorite one? What do you think might happen, and how do you think it might affect altcoins?
Okay, well, but a lot of my thesis does derive from traditional markets, and I haven't been proven wrong till then. I mean, in the early days of crypto, it was though a traditional market way of trading. It was just it's high risk, high reward. Now
Yeah.
there's different players in the game. Now you have to
Mm.
understand this. It is correlated with equity markets. So what I'm going to be doing is when is the bottom in? When globally things change, when rates stop hiking rates. But so this is the euro dollar. This is a David Bell came in my streams. So if you watch that, you see this looks ready to roll over now to me. So when this rolls over, Bitcoin rolls over. Okay,
Okay.
they're all correlated with rates. So everybody's hiking rates and stuff. So if you look at this, there's a correlation there. So start off with this, looks ready to drop. While Bitcoin's been going up, if it's correct, this should snap back down quick, really quick. Now at the same time, let's look at equities now. So I'm looking at ES, and remember the long ES plan I said from there towards there. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I gotta respect the fact that market, it's a bear market. It doesn't have to go all the way there. So on its own merit, I say okay. If the probability of Bitcoin going down, if I've got a thesis, there's thesis and there's trigger, well, that's my range high, okay, and I'll say this is my range low. But if Bitcoin, ES gets below here, that's a deviation in there. Euro dollar is going down. Bitcoin is below the range high as well. Deviation. Probability wise, come back towards range lows, at least towards here and then there. Whether that's a deviation back above or continuation, I don't care. I played that leg, so I've got everything lined up together to support my short idea with a clear target in mind. I'm not going to hold it forever, just like my longs. I didn't hold it forever. It's on my feet. I'm quite impressed with that exit, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's when I switched to ETH short yesterday. That's why I didn't take Bitcoin. But yeah, from there towards there, that's it. However, to the upside, and this is everybody. Not everybody here is waiting. Fucking perma bear, doom and gloom. Give us some bullish scenarios. Everybody's thinking that you don't even think that. Give us some hopium. He's been posting bullish charts.
Well,
and
look,
lungs,
this is the thing.
You know,
This is kind of why I asked you the question that I asked you. Look, listen, you've given us a plethora of plans, right? And these plans all have great probability, but at the same time, you know, it's sometimes alongside with the price action, it's good to get your bias, not your bias, but just you've seen price for so many years more than most of these people have. So sometimes it's not just about, you know, marking out the levels and marking out the ranges. A lot of people can watch your videos and learn how to do that, but a lot of people kind of want to know, well, all right, if we've got, let's say, 4 or 5 plans, which plan does SC think have the highest probability, and why is SC thinking the way that he is? Do you get where I'm coming from?
See, I think this is one of the major problems amateurs have, or crypto Twitter has, where they feel like we have to have some sort of plan or an opinion of where it could go. Not having go at anybody here, but some of the biggest traders I've worked with, institutional traders, they've got no clue where the market wants to go. They don't know. They don't know where it's going to go. These guys are big traders, the size they do. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. They don't know where it's going to do. They react to what the market's going to tell them. They trade the present. So who the fuck are we to start saying this target there, that target? Even I don't know. I mean, I probably look stupid in front of them. But all I'm doing, I know my limits. They really don't know what's going to happen, and that's why they hedge and stuff. They just react with the market. Yes, globally it's bearish, but market's still bouncing. There's reasons for that. It'll squeeze you out. So things could even change. This could be a bottom, but you just gotta react with what the market's telling you. So I don't know what's gonna happen, and everybody here should remove the mentality. I feel like this. That firstly, you're not gonna. It's impossible. You're not gonna do it. Secondly, learn a proper system, and thirdly, submit to what the market's telling you. If it's going up, go up with it. If it's going down, why are you buying the top or breakout in a bear market? And even if you are, that's fine. Have it in violation to cut it. Don't hold it. A lot of people now, what they've done is, and this is typical. I did a tweet yesterday where market will convince you that it will get you confident to buy your spot bags at the top of a bear market rally. What happened yesterday? Everybody's fucking excited there, and look what it does. It drops. So even if you do buy, okay, there's a case for a long entry, but manage your risk and have it in violation. Don't huddle it. Most of you will huddle it, no matter what I say, and that's perfect. Fine, you might exit liquidity. I have no problem with that. But yeah, just get out early, be quick to switch, make back the loss, and that's it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't understand what SC is saying there, what he's saying is, along with the ideas that he's kindly shared on the stream today, he doesn't have a specific bias. He's playing the market for what the market's giving. So the beautiful thing about this market is we have previous data to work with. We can look for range levels, you know, depending on how experienced you are. You can look for range levels that can really help you with your trading. Now, when you have a lot of data to work with, he uses range levels that he's able to identify through his countless years of trading. And when he finds those range levels, he knows that there's going to be reactions off those levels. He knows what sort of plans to create. Now, he doesn't need to have a bias, because when price comes into those range levels, we can identify what price is doing then, and we can take a trade plan based off probability, based off what we're seeing then. So in this particular instance, you know, one of the trades that he shared with us was you've got the intra-week range, right? We've got the high of the week and we've got a low of the week. We've got a trend line to support it, and we've got a mid-range too. So if we break below the mid-range, for conservative traders, for those of you who don't know what to do, you've got a clear invalidation, you've got a clear target. And if we break below that target, we have one more clear target. Alternatively, if you're a conservative trader, wait for lower prices, wait for it to break back into the old range that we broke out of initially. So great stuff from SC. I'll just say one more thing real quick. We've got 260 people here, guys.
Oh,
Help
get
us
the
get
likes up.
to
Get the likes
yeah,
up, fam.
help us get to 3K subscribers. We're working really hard
If
here.
you
We're
guys
trying to
share the
grow.
video, if everybody here shares the video or likes it, I'll come on
Appreciated,
again next week with NJ.
appreciated. Oh, that's
Maybe
fantastic.
some
So did
teaching
you guys
also.
hear that? Did you guys hear that? So SC's saying, if you guys like the video, if you share the video, help us get to 3K subscribers. Maybe SC will come on next week if he has the time to do so. It's always, honestly, SC, when you come on, I feel like a little kid, man. I feel like a little kid. I'm here helping as many people as I can, and then you come on and you show us how it's really done. You know what I mean? So it
You know,
really is always a blessing.
the
You know,
key is
you're a gift to the
it's not
community.
even about how it's done. I mean, what I'm showing is very basic. There's nothing special. I've repeated the same thing in my streams. The biggest obstacle I think more people need to address is discipline. Are you even disciplined enough to follow your plan? I mean, everybody's, I give this talk, and yes, as you gauge at this, that, the other, it doesn't phase me. The thing is, you got to look at yourself and ask, can you follow a basic plan? Like, I know in the moment, because I'm telling you what I've been there, I'll have a clear cut plan when it's down here, breakout, retest, confirmation. Now, it's not gonna end up like that. But what I do know is, okay, if I did take a long here, a breakout long, okay, I'm wrong there. And as long as I'm wrong, remove your emotions. You had a plan. Is it a legit plan? Has it worked in the long run? The only way you'll get that confidence of a long run is do at least 30 forward test examples of this one setup and see when it works, when it doesn't work. And from that forward testing, you learn stuff. Okay. Why would I cut it here? Cut it if I've planned it just because of a little deviation. Okay. And that will only come with long term. I mean, at least 30 examples and experience. So if you're not confident enough to follow your plan and you're just longing here when you had a clear plan, what are you doing in the markets? You need to get the fuck out of the markets.
Yeah, agreed. And this is why we always say, right, we have to start our videos by saying this isn't financial advice, because people can misunderstand what we're talking about and they'll take longs and shorts based off nothing really. I mean, looking at what we've got on the chart there, you've got a clear plan. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out exactly what you're showing us there, albeit it's not as easy to find support and resistance. You make it look easy, appreciate that, but a lot of people will see that and just go long straight off what you're saying, and I do find that silly as well. I spend every single day.
See, I think the key is, I think we're just being too harsh on people like that. Say, fuck, you're a cunt, get the fuck off the markets, or fix up. I mean, if you're a grown man with a family and you're punting on somebody's tweet, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, all right.
No, seriously, there's no
18 plus.
cuddling or soft words with that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's it. But you know
I
what it
think
is?
a lot of
Society
people.
is changing. Society,
Yeah.
we're in an age where we want instant gratification. We want, fast returns, and we don't want accountability.
Well, do you know what I've noticed? Do you know what I've noticed? And I'm noticing this a lot. I'm noticing this a hell of a lot amongst the majority of the community. Anyway, a lot of people don't understand that this is actually a job. It's so, for instance, when you go to the office and you respect your manager and you behave a certain way, and your mannerisms, your etiquette, the way that you just in general behave. A lot of people don't see trading requiring that, and what people don't understand is that you need to have more patience and more discipline in order to do your trades.
You know
If you're
what?
at work,
I bet you, people that go gym consistently and work out, they become good traders or athletes because of the simple skill of discipline.
yeah,
That's all you need. Like here right now, I want Bitcoin to go down. I want F to go down. But at the same time, I know we're at mid-range, so I have taken some off. So even though leaning bearish, but at the same time, even if I have closed it here, I know I'm going to get back in. Now, that psychological thing of, oh no, I'm going to lose my ideal entry, or the thought of getting back in. That scares people. This is where people fuck up. Just take your profits here. I don't know if I'm correct, but I made my money. I've taken some off, but I don't know. As soon as it follows this, that's it. Something simple like that. People can't follow. There's that moment of rationality because of money.
I agree. And I've got to be honest. Even though we've got enough people here, but this was something that I really struggled with in the past. I focused more on how much money I could make, what the P&L was, as opposed to getting the trade right. And it took me a really long time. I think it was pretty much after the COVID crash where I sat down and I decided, look, I need to focus more on getting the trades right. and the money will come later. As long as I can practice the discipline, then the sizing, the position sizing, the money, all of that, the returns, that will come later when I deserve it, you know. And I think you blasted me once and you told me, you said, if you want respect, if you really want respect, then stop wanting the respect. Stop being desperate for the respect. Go and earn it. If you go and earn it, if you go and put the work in, you'll stop booing yourself.
So, bro, I take the piss out of everybody on Twitter, but they still come and listen to me because you just earned it, because you got to prove it to yourself. I don't give a fuck anybody says, but they're still going to tune into me because it makes money. But the thing is, right, it's not even about being right all the time. It's about, firstly, you have to prove yourself your system works. Before you even put money in, prove yourself it works over a period of time. That's why I say 530 examples. Naturally, with experience, you'll pick up new stuff. It just comes naturally. Stuff you know. A lot of the stuff I learned it come later on. But just can you cut quick? Put yourself in an awkward position, like, okay, I'll demo, long it. Everybody, like, this is what I do, Alex. So this is not a long. This is just exercise because in case somebody takes it. So, okay, based on my system, I know where I'm wrong. Based on this is a system based on validation. I know I'm just stop there. My targets are target 1. Okay, say it there. Target 2. If it comes and holds below that, I'll try cut it before. But I know my max risk is fixed. If it stops me, okay, that's fine. Or I don't want to take this because of whatever reason, then I'll wait and then I'll short it because my system says that. Target 1, target 2, my invalidation. That's it. Now can you sit to it? If there's a question. Because you know where you're wrong. You know where your targets. It's the waiting, while it's happening, the emotional part. This is where backtesting fails because you don't feel this stage of the move. So in this case, I can find a long scenario. That's why I've taken some profits. Even though I wanted to go lower, I have to accept. I don't care. It doesn't matter what I want. It's the market. At the same time, what Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin came towards the mid-range. It's reacting now. So this could go either way. It has to confirm my thesis first. Either break below, then I'll step in. Or do the bull, then I'll step back in. For now, it could go either way. And if I do go aggressive, I'll cut it below. Switch, short, target, done.
Agreed. Well said, man. Well said. I think a lot of people struggle with the ability of following plans. They don't know how to follow a plan. And you know what? I've been a victim of this around 3-4 years ago when I was sort of new to Telegram and Twitter. Well, 5 years ago, really. But when I was sort of new to Telegram and Twitter, I would mark out levels on my chart, and then I'd see something on Twitter or I'd see something on Telegram, and suddenly I'd start doubting myself. And I think that was one of the biggest things that let me down early on in trading. I kept blowing accounts because I just couldn't follow my own plan. You know what? Between me and you, I'm not really sure what it was that got me to start following my own plans. I think I spent so much.
I'll tell you what it was. I know what it was. You see, I take trades no matter what people said at me. Why? Because I've already proven to myself whatever I do works. So the disheartening or the lack of confidence comes from it's clear you haven't proven it to yourself then. But the moment you prove yourself and it works, why do you care about the opinions of others? Just because it's high follow account. I love these high follow accounts, they're my DMs. No, fuck all. But it's just marketing. But if you've proven it to yourself and you're making money, do you really need the validation or opinion of others? You don't. When I was long in here, so I said you're bearish. I go, yes, I am. But I understand that, okay, the time for shorts is over. I'm going to get long. And I went against most of, even the bears that fucking hated me for, the bulls didn't like me for this because they switched as well. But it doesn't matter. You got to understand, if it's you against the market, if you're here to make friends, you make friends later. And that's just banter, and nobody's really your friend unless you're a boy. This
is oh, I love you, bro. This is the thing, though. This is the thing. A lot of people, they need to hear this. They really need to hear this. I do appreciate that a lot of people need to be put in their place. I really do. At the same time, there is this, and I've noticed this on Twitter, especially since the bear market really kicked in, but there is this desperation. There is this absolute need to be right in the market. And because of that, it scares a lot of people in terms of how they trade. But, it would be good to hear it from USC. Is it okay to be wrong? And if you are wrong, what do you do? Do you go back to the drawing board and try again? Do you try and refine your system? Do you try and get better at it?
This is where you learn who's cut out for trading, who's not. 99% of you listening here, you're not going to make it. I'm sorry. It takes something, a big change to make it. That's just fact. I mean, you're not going to like what I'm going to say, but in 5 years from now, you'll say, yeah, he was right. If you're not going to go out your way and put the effort in, and not use excuse I don't have time, then you're not gonna make, because you don't really want it. If you really want something, you'll do whatever it takes.
Mm, I
And I'm
agree.
telling you this, that you look down the line, say, I should have put my energy into something that I was good at. Those that are, you'll actually get it. So no, this is a normal market. This is trade one of the hardest jobs in the world. So no, nothing to
Yeah,
say other than if you're gonna make, if you really want it, you'll do whatever it takes. If you're not, no matter what you say, not everybody here is supposed to make it. I mean, if everybody's doing correct on the market, who's making the money? You know
exactly.
what I
There'd
mean?
be no exit
So
liquidity.
I've
There'd be no
accepted
exit
now. Not
liquidity.
everybody's gonna make it, and just it is what it is. Just you just either say yeah, it's okay, or if somebody see potential, then they'll do it themselves anyway. So now I don't bother with those kind of questions. It makes no
Mm,
difference to me. It's
mm.
just
No, no,
nature.
no.
You have to
I
accept
totally understand. I
you
totally
have to
understand.
accept human nature. This is
I just find it so frustrating, when there's this, when people feel the need to be right. When they're right, and I'm you don't do this, right? You're my mentor. If you did this all the time, then I'd be like that. But and similar with XO doesn't do this as well. Very humble traders. I know like you like to shit post and stuff like that, but in terms of trading, you're a very humble trader. But I notice this a lot on social platforms, especially. There's always this desperation to be right, and if you're right on a trade or if you're right on a couple of ideas, it makes you something. It makes you feel like you're something that you're actually not. But for me, I was wrong so many times, and today I'm here presenting with you. You know what I mean? I never thought that day would really come. So even though there's gonna be a very small minority in the chat today that's gonna make it. What do you think, if say for instance I got 5 trades wrong, right?
mm,
How would you advise? But I am determined. I got 5 trades wrong. I am determined, however, to really change this and try to make it right, psychologically or theoretically. What would you say? How would you go about it if you got five
determination
trades?
is it enough. You have to do the right thing. Like some
Hmm.
people say, I've been at the charts all day.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
you've been staying on the chart, but what have you been doing specifically? So the need to be right. Let's address that first. Why do you have the need to be right? You have the need to make money. That's it. Your need should be to make money. So you will humble yourself and say you'll do whatever it takes to make money. Why do you want to be right? Because the need to be right comes from the dopamine of validation from others to look
Agreed.
good. But a lot of people here, let's be honest, a lot of people posting charts, you're not really taking trades.
Yeah,
Let's be
yeah.
honest, you're not
Very,
really
very
taking
often.
trades.
Yeah,
And you can
agreed.
say, oh, how they say, shut the fuck up. You know yourself, it's hitting home. That's why you're acting like that. So either for dopamine or you're not serious about it because you can't feel in another income stream. So the need removes automatically. When you need to make money, when you're desperate, you don't give a fuck what other people say. You're going to do whatever it takes to make money. And once you make that money, then you can shit post. But yeah,
Mm.
just change the mindset is, okay, I need to make money first. I need to prove to myself it works. Once you've got a system in place that's proven to make money over long run, then you put money in, and then it's a game of discipline and money management, and then the money comes, and that's it.
Agreed. That was kind of the best answer that I could have we could have possibly gotten. So I think that will help a lot of people calm down. The whole point of today's show specifically was, when I came live anyway. I had no idea that we'd be lucky enough to have you on as a guest. But when I came live this morning, the plan that I had was for today's show was just to get to everyone to calm down. There was a lot of there's a lot of emotions going around in the market, and people don't really understand why they're feeling the way that they're feeling. And it goes back to everything that you said. I feel like you've covered all of it in terms
I
of
think, I think, I
psychology.
think they do know why they're feeling that. I wouldn't agree with you there. They're
Mm,
feeling this because when you enter the trade, why is it, you know why you're entering it? You're feeling it because firstly they know they're fucked up, because they just entered without any reason. See, when you enter with a proper plan and it goes wrong, you don't feel as bad because you had a plan and say,
yeah,
okay, I went wrong. You can see where you went wrong, and then if you have a proper plan, you're able to switch. But the feeling like that is because firstly, the expectation of this is a bull run, and then the hopium comes from the big targets. So you already in your mind, you've convinced yourself, I'm gonna put this much in, and these guys have confirmed it for me, and I'll believe it anyway because I want to, even though I know it's wrong deep down. And then when it doesn't go, when it goes your way, yes, but when it doesn't, you say, fucking hell, that same person will hate him now, and
yeah,
really you hate yourself. But
yeah.
that's because you haven't planned. But have a proper plan. Why are you entering? If you just do that, you won't feel lost. You're only feeling
Agreed.
lost because
Oh man,
you just
you've said that
haven't got the
so
plan.
perfect. You've said that so perfectly,
I've
and this
taken.
is
I've been there. I've done all that shit.
yeah, agreed. That's why a lot of people are learning from you today. You've gone, not only have you gone through the process, but you've gone through it enough that you can actually teach it back. So that was kind of the most important part of this episode, you know, in the first 20 minutes when I was live, I was mentioning to people that, you know, calm down. We've got plans for both sides of the market. There's no reason to be celebrating if it pumps, and there's no reason to be celebrating if it makes new lows. We've got plans. The importance of the plan is what defines whether or not you should be trading, in my opinion, anyway. As a very basic. I'm conscious of time, SC. Do you think we have enough time to maybe run through maybe one or two
Yeah,
altcoins?
you know, fuck it. I've got a bit of time.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck it.
amazing. Right, chat. Look, listen. I mean, you can't get better than that. This is a real gift. Right. So let's give it a second. Let's give it a second and let's
But
get some altcoins.
this plan here, based on the system, I have no idea what it's going to do. All I know is it's going my way. I don't want it to go my way, but I've got it. Again, let's just. I think best is what I would say is. I mean, the thing with we'll cover some altcoins, but you got to ask yourself first and foremost. What you got to accept your reality. Can you trade, or are you just an investor? If you're an investor, then don't come on Twitter while there's a bear market. Come, because no matter what you say, I'm not going to step in. There's going to be one tweet by some account you respect saying this is the next best thing and this is the great risk to reward, even though it's like fucking shitty risk to reward. But you'll commit yourself, and that one mistake will cost you all your money. So wait till the market's bottomed, or it's obvious, and then step in. Or if you're a trader, then act like a trader and trade both sides. But yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
No. I'm listening. I'm listening. See, the problem is, right, when you or XO come on the show, I don't feel like Trader NJ anymore. I feel like one of the guys that's in the comments. Even though this is the NJ show, I feel like it's 2018 again, January 2018, and I'm in the classroom and I'm nervous. I'm asking you, should I ask him for a chart or
I
not?
remember when he joined, I'm thinking, who the fuck's this guy, right? On Telegram, dropping the voice messages. He's always so fucking cheerful, right? He's like that cocky motherfucker. And then I was like,
Oh man, we've had some.
and then,
Our story is pretty funny, bro. Our
Exo goes,
story is
man,
pretty
he's on level. I know this guy. I go, okay, now it's different. I can treat him like one of the boys. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my DMs.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing is, right? I remember when you first met XO as well. You were so confused by XO. You were like, man, does this guy not sleep? It's like
I
he's
know,
up.
man. I'm like, this guy is hammering me. Firstly, I get people asking me questions non-stop, right? And it's stupid questions where I've already gone over it. Then you got questions, right? You know what? You can tell the guy's thought of it. Sometimes it's fucking annoying, but at the same time, I appreciate he's put the effort in. You can't turn down somebody like that, so I either delay him. And this guy streams 3 in the morning, FX. I don't
Yeah,
sleep. And this guy's joining in every fucking stream. I go, you're from UK as well? The fuck you doing? I could see the dedication he had. He had mad dedication, XO.
Oh man, do you know when you were doing your live sessions? I mean, you still do your live sessions now, but
I'm more relaxed. I mean, it's environments when they see active trades now do it. I sometimes just in the mood as well. Sometimes can't be fucked.
I remember in 2018, man. I remember I used to wake up at 6 a.m. to get ready for work, and then by 8 a.m. you'd have a London session. So I'd be on the train or I'd be on the bus, and I'd be watching your London session, and then you'd mark out all the plans. You'd explain to us what you're seeing, the mindset that you're using, and then I'd be right back at 1 p.m., 1:15 sometimes for the New York session. And that's actually what got me to do these sessions at 12:15 p.m. You know, right before New York. I actually got that from you, bro. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. It's a system that works for me because I'm so used to it from 2018. You know, for those of you who are in the chat and you don't know, I mean, this is for intermediate traders only, but TraderSZ actually has his own YouTube channel, and he actually has his own Twitter. He has a private Twitter and a public Twitter. You can sign up for the private Twitter using is it tradersc.com? It's tradersc.com.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I don't handhold. It's not signal service, and it's not designed for people.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And I mentioned that on this show yesterday as well. This is not. It's nothing to do with signals. It's nothing. If you're looking for signals, you're not going to make it, right? If you're looking for mindset, if you're looking how to read, it's essentially how to read, right? Trading is learning how to read, but all over again. Understanding the context behind what price is doing is the most difficult thing I think that anybody will have. Any sort of person who's getting into trading or crypto. For me personally, the most difficult thing was being able to tell a story, right? I learned that from you. I learned that from XO. I always mention that on this channel, whether or not we have 200 people here or 2,000 people. I'll always say that. Learning the context is the most difficult thing, and then patterns, as you've always told me, bro, they come later on. Anybody can use any type of pattern they want, but it's about understanding the context as to what the market is
But
doing.
it's also important to understand, why do I say that? You can tell somebody something and they'll either acceptably blindly follow it. But if you tell them why, then they'll understand, and then your mindset changes then, because then you want to do it because you see the benefits of it. So when I say context, right, that's more applied to like more directional plays. Context sets the tone for, okay, if I'm, I don't know, macro bearish, why? So then you naturally start fighting it, because it goes from just blindly accepting because he said to me, because you know the reason why, because most likely market, if you know the context, that is the path of least resistance then. So whatever trade you take, say if you're taking longs, you can sort of get away with loose entries and stops because the context is already set. So
Agreed.
with my context, that's why I went longs. And then there's a context where short-term trading, like this F trade. Yeah, short-term. But okay, we've got the context set, but at the same time, it can just range bound. So it doesn't matter as much until it gets back below the levels I mentioned. So if it gets below here,
Agreed.
okay. But here, it's just paying level to level until it breaks out. This is a range forming now. Okay. So there's understanding when to use it. So it's not always black and white, live in the gray. So that's important. So when you understand that, why you should do this and why, then I think it's easier for the mind to comprehend and digest.
Definitely. Well said, bro. Well said. We all really appreciate all of that information that you've given to us. It's gold. It's definitely going to be an episode that people can look back on in the future and learn something. So if you guys have learned something, then make sure you're subscribing to the channel. We are on our way to 3K subs. Thank you all for tuning in, by the way, and make sure you like the video. It takes a second of your time. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. SC, would you, if we've got enough time, do you think we could take a look at MATIC? Maybe I'm seeing a lot of comments in the chat, and most of them are asking for MATIC. Or if you want, we can chart VRA if you want.
Actually, yeah, son of a bitch. I don't know if I call it a VRA, but that's like the name of it. I mean, it's a typical pump and dump. I will do MATIC, but just look at this. Yeah, it's a typical pump and dump. I mean, the scams pump the hardest, don't they? Okay, let's do MATIC. MATIC. Fucking XO, the way he trades that.
He's destroying MATIC, man. He's
he trades it both ways.
He's really on it.
You know what? I mean, see, this is the case. I'm not that good with. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that good with alts. I play them, but my niche is more Bitcoin, Ethereum trading. However, I mean, it's not looking too bad, to be honest with you. This is why I'm not saying the exact top is in. I'm saying X, Y, Z has to happen. So okay, let's look at MATIC. So let's clean this chart up. And I'm looking at it just for the first time because I want to say it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I understand bear market rally, but that could end up there or higher, whatever it's going to do. Okay, so I'm not getting much from that other than, let me clean this up first. Yeah, so it's above that. No, I can find a case for a long. Now, okay, so where's the next target? So now I've got to realize if it's going to go up, where's the objective for price? So then I'm going to look at the weekly because I have no idea. So I'd say possibly this level here. And this is the weekly high. So around there is the next target. Then I'm going to break it down. Say even within that, I mean, it feels like I'm buying in the middle of nowhere. No problem. So we do two things. One, I'm going to look at the Monday's range first because it's within the Monday's range. That's why. So if we look at that, so within here, all it's doing is trading within both directions. So I'll do that, and then that, and then I'll say, okay, is there a midpoint of that? Has it proven itself? Just double check the 18th correct. Yep. So if I look at the 18th, it has hit a range low because it's reclined above May low, which is a bullish sign. And there we go. Not bad. So then I want to look at the overall week, and that is the overall week. So this is a tough one, actually, to be honest with you. But okay, so what I could say is there's going to be two stops within the range. One is going to be here, if it's going to go down, then low of the week. And then to the upside, the targets are going to be here and then there. Okay, now I've got, if it's going to go up or down, I know where to target. Because I need to know where it's going to go. Now for the trigger plans. So, okay, if I want to short it, what do I want to see? Okay, so this consolidation here hasn't been tested. That's the SR level. So if it does this and then reclaims, that's the deviation done, then I'll short it. Target 1, and again, I'm going to have to accept we're still within the range. Target 2 and possibly target 3. If it then comes into here and then reclaims above low of the week, which is Monday's range, then I'll play again, same levels, target 1, 2, 3. Now for the long side of things, I mean, I don't want to long it here, but a long, if it breaks above and then holds, then this would be a scalp intro week for me because it's reclaimed, and then I'll go towards take out these target. Or if I want to wait for the pullback play, well, this is a low of the week. I mean, I'm not even confident. So this is where if Bitcoin goes down, then I'm going to be looking for shorts. But if I was desperate for a long, either wait for a run of low of the week, reclaim, or if I was really sharp, but again, you got to be quick to pull the trigger, would be run this and then reclaim. And if it longs, target. But if he gives you the trigger and then comes back below, cut it quick. So this wouldn't be as high probability as playing the extreme end. But if you're forced to play this, then those are the plays I would take. So either way, I'm not bothered. I'll wait for my trigger. If it doesn't give me the trigger, there's 20 different other pairs I can trade.
That $1 level that you've got marked there, I've got that marked too, funnily enough, and I feel like that's a very pivotal level for MATIC. I really, really do think that's a pivotal level for MATIC. It's just your black line, the black line.
It is. It's a huge level. So if you look at this, so ideally, I mean, if I was to look for a swing short, okay, I mean, I would say maybe this is why 24,336 some range level charts would mean a possible another push. But if I look at this, okay, that reaction there, look at that it had, and I'll mark up my downside objective towards here, say, if it did this, run up, and then deviated, I'd smack that bitch. Target 1, target 2, and I know that I'll probably bung a hard stop there, or if it gave me the trigger and then reclaim back above here, cut it before. So you know what? I'm actually going to trade this. If it does that, there's my trigger, cut any clean break above, and play back down towards the range. Why? Well, it's a SR retest, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it's a great. It's great to show the swing ideas as well. For I think for obviously for people like yourself, EXO, and others, you know, you guys can handle the speed of a day trade. You guys can handle the speed of a scalp. But I feel like it's always good to put out a swing or two, just so that for those people who are fairly new to trading and fairly new to risking, they have more time to manage that trade, more time to handle it. I personally find myself that it's easier for me to handle swing trades and easier for me to look at higher time frames, just because there is a certain element of speed, you know, when you're looking at the lower time frames, and a lot of people don't understand that. So that's the only reason I wanted you to share your idea.
I mean, also, you gotta understand what is the market giving you. Not always we're gonna get swing opportunities, so I gotta accept that and realize, okay, if I'm not a day trader, stay out, or move to a different market, or just wait. So that's one thing. It's taken me a while to develop, because sometimes, you know, you start off the day trade and then you want it to go and then you fuck up. That's where the trading bar comes in. But I accept that, and I'll do both. Last week it was swing trading Bitcoin. Now I'm day trading level to level, and that's it. Just accept what the market, what condition the market's in. There's two types: swing trading, short-term trading, and then once you identified, accept that this is just a short-term trade. Again, discipline, isn't it?
Do you think it's something that you would advise anyone? So, like, say for instance, if somebody was getting into trading, do you feel as though maybe swing trading is a better way to get yourself comfortable with trading, or do you think it would be better to paper trade maybe?
No, I mean, I think it's just whatever the niche. Some people just pick up short-term trading quick. It's just do one thing, whatever it is. If you're leaning towards short-term trading, then just stick to that, master that. Once you've mastered that, you've got something to fall back on, and just by the process of continuously practicing that, you'll get the gist of the other stuff as well. The other stuff just comes naturally to you. When you master one thing, the other things come. So just do one thing, you'll be consistent, and the confidence from that alone will tell you, you know, I can do this, and then you'll be able to do whatever. But it's the initial part's the hardest.
No, that's great. That's great. Do you think we have time for maybe one more altcoin, if that's all right with you?
Go for it. Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm just having a look at the chat. I can't really get a clear idea of which altcoin has the highest demand. So maybe if you'd like to pick one, or if you'd like to pick one from the chat, I'll leave it up to you.
One chat. What do you want? Which coin do you want?
All right, maybe let's give it a second then. Let's give it, because I think there is a 10 to 15 second delay between our recording and the chat. So we'll see if we can get the chat to throw up some energy and to give us an altcoin. Give us an altcoin. Come on, guys. We've got SC with us. It's not every single day that we've got him with us. The community is growing. We're sharing a lot here in this channel, but having someone like SC on the show with us is something that we're not going to get every day. Okay, so while he's here, let's utilize his time. Let's make sure we don't waste any of it. So let's get some comments in. Let's get some altcoins in the chat. So Algo and PYR. I mean, I've covered those ones really on yesterday's episode. Solana is one. XMR. I'm seeing XMR quite a bit. It looks like it's between XMR and oh god, we've got a lot coming in now. Okay, I see. I'll let you choose one, bro. I'll let you choose one.
Just adjusting one of my positions. Well, it's holding this. Maybe collapse the rest of. Okay, so XMR. Okay, I get asked about PYR as well. You know, I'm gonna do PYR as well. Start PYR.
Okay, all right. Okay,
so
two then.
Just to make it clear as to why. One was based on obviously I think Bitcoin was pushing up at the time. So I said as long as Bitcoin behaves, I'm looking at Bitcoin now. It is still holding. And just like FUSD is still holding, so this is where push it aside. Listen to the trading aspect of it. I'm not ruling it out. It has to go below the mid range. Both of them do. So this could still be a retest and go lower. So how does that? If Bitcoin is going to go down and crash as far as the bearish plan, all my bullish plans for the out the window, I start cutting. So as long as that's clear. Now, if I look at this, right, I mean, long-term point of view, just on its own merit, it is at a macro level, okay? And then we'll do XM after this, and maybe one more. So amazing. Yes, long term it's still within that range, the same as the others. So around about here, and this is where I called it around 3 point something, and it's pushed up nicely. This was the first target. This was my first target. I took some amazing. Off. But then so I was watching this, and then Bitcoin came to resistance, and F did. So that's when you want to get out. So with this pair, okay, so we've got a clear range. We've got around about I'd say here. So what I would like is okay. We identify that. If it goes above that, then I'd say around about here. So as long as we know where to expect the resistances. So okay, scenario one is that's a deviation done. If it does this, if I'm not already on board, and then reclaims, I can long that, cut in a clean break below, short term targets, target one there. If you find resistance, cut it. Then if it clears this and holds, then that opens the gates towards there. Again, even if you do call it long, I'm going to get the fuck out as well if the market changes. So those are my ranges. That's how I personally play it. If you can play a spot back long term, you'll probably buy around these levels and lower, and then just don't look at it if you believe in the project. But you don't see an investor, and then you're looking at 5 minutes later and panicking over the 1 minute chart. So that's more or less it for this. Quick, straight to the point. So I mean, on a macro view, I mean, this is a big area where I would anticipate big resistance. So that makes sense. And then above here, hold above. That's a deviation. Then start targeting there. So again,
wow.
That's that. XMR. Which one is that? Monero.
Yeah, that's Monero. Yeah. God, you've become a proper crypto guy now, SC man.
No. I mean, again, remember when we first had a session, and I said, if it's going to be metaverse and gaming ones, the games that were gaming before it became into crypto, people were using it way before. So it's not just about the pump and dumps and tokenomics. People wanted that way before, didn't they? See,
yeah.
So it's got a proper use case, and people added from 3 to 50. I mean, I act like I don't know my fair, but I do.
No, we know that you do. We know that you do.
But I'm not expert at it, so I don't like to speak about it. So yeah, I mean, I personally think, but again, I'm at the same time, I'm going to make it clear. I will put in. I could go to zero, and I'll be fine with that as well. It doesn't make a difference because I make more money from trading. So XMR, okay. There would have been your entry. Again, when Bitcoin and Ethereum were doing their things, that's when you want to look at it. And, because they're high beta play, these will move more. So, okay, it's that key support, clean break below here. Then we start, okay, maybe here. So what do we do in the meantime? If I look at this right now, where's the immediate support levels? Well, if we look at the weekly, okay, here we go. Where we are above last week's high. So that's going to be pivotal for us now. Last week's high. Not only that, that area comes in around these lows here. So where's going to be my next objective? I'm going to go for there. And then I'm going to go for, I don't know, there. Okay, the initial high cap in the market. Okay, let's go down further now. And so this is not very clean for me, to be honest with you. So 18th is here. So there's two plays, one aggressive, one the deeper pullback. The deeper pullback would be if it pulls back towards here, ideal entry. Because the reason why I do the deeper pullback and trend continuation is because you have cases where it could just fly from here, and then you can have cases where it does that, retest, and go from here. Which one does it do? I don't know. So one scenario one is if it comes in towards here, I don't know, around here, range lows, and then deviates back above, I could take a long, and I'll cut a clean break below, and then target there, there, and then there, each level at a time. The second scenario is trend continuation. Now, this is a tricky one because we are at a resistance area now, right? Now, that resistance area has that line, which is the weekly level. So that would mean, okay, I may have to even wait for it clean runs above here. And this is where trading comes in. I'm not bothered about catching a low. I want to know, okay, I'm not going to buy resistance, but I'll buy resistance becomes support, and then I can target there. See the difference? It's not buying the high, it's buying resistance becomes support. So I'm going to have to either wait for that. And why would I want to buy here when it's a resistance? Now, I could punch through that, but I don't know. Probability is higher here than there. And again, with trading, you're playing the price movement. You're not investing spot.
Amazing.
So that's
amazing.
that.
No. Amazing. I think as well, with some of these altcoins, a lot of people are trading them. They don't understand what liquidity is. Monero is not something that I feel like a lot of traders will actually be trading. I don't think we're going to get much, volume or we're not going to get them aggressive moves in Monero. I think if the market's going up, it will drag it with it. But I don't particularly think that Monero is something that a lot of people will trade. I don't know. I think I don't know. It's one of those things where Binance alts are all popping at the moment. They're all popping, but people are focusing on things that have already pumped. They're not looking to try and find. I saw a couple of charts. I see, right. I saw Sand and I saw Phil, right. Those two charts, they haven't really pumped yet, but they're forming the same sort of structures that MATIC formed.
See, this is a thing with I know my strengths. I mean, a lot of the time, there's people that know something that's going to happen, and they get in. I just think that I mean, I know I'm not good at that. I mean, there's people better at it than me, but they're always going to be somebody that knows something that's going on in the background, and they'll get their fills and they'll pump. I mean, you see a random coin pump out of nowhere. There's a reason behind that, coming in. So that's fine. With this play, I mean, it's clear. It's a clear one. So either, I mean, this is our range low. Here, it's come off support. So I think again, it's similar to Bitcoin, isn't it? They all form the same structure. So their resistance, either they're going to blow off or they come back down. So if it comes back below here, 1 second. So okay, we've got a clear validation in place. So if we're going to call this a range low, one is coming towards here, and then reclaim. I'll take the long, and until this gets cleared cleanly, play the range towards there. Second play is okay, if it's going to break out, break and hold above, then play towards here, and then there. So either pulls back, gives me the trigger, or break out, hold above. Once it gives you the trigger, then cut down a clean break, whatever the swing low is, target. So I don't know which one's going to happen. I hope it's the latter, the deep pullback, just for my F's sake. But again, I accept it, and that's it.
No, totally understand. Well, I think that's good for altcoins. I mean, I think we managed to cover a few altcoins there. We really appreciate you doing that, SC. Can't stress that enough. We're going to get to the next part of the show now, which is where we talk about, you guys have seen in the headline what's going on. SC, it's up to you. I mean, if you'd like to stay, by all means, we want you on the show as long as possible. Otherwise, if I'm covering news and it's something that you're not really too,
you carry on, my bro. I'm gonna go. I've got a few things to do, but if you're still running, I'll let you know. I just gotta.
No problem at all. No
I'll
problem.
You anyway, if you're still running. Okay.
So look, just quickly before you go, just want to say a massive thank you. Usually I do an hour and a half of TA on the show. Today you've done a majority of that. I'm sure that everybody in the chat is as grateful as I am. It's always good having you on the show. Just before you go, I guess what people will probably want to know, part of the NJ community anyway, they're going to want to know, will SC be back on this show? Will SC share more alpha in the future on the NJ show?
Well, if you get 3K subscribers by early next week, I'll come on. If not, I won't.
There you go. You guys have heard it. So if we can get to 3K subscribers, SC will come back on this show and share more thoughts on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the overall market. SC, for those of you who don't know, is somebody who taught me pretty much everything I know in terms of price action. I started learning around the same time as EXO. You can imagine, you can all see for yourself what EXO's gone and done. A lot of what we learned has been from SC. So again, SC, thank you so much for joining the show, man. It's going to be great to have you on. Yeah, take care of yourself, and we'll see you really soon. Okay. Perfect. So there you go, guys. Look, there's your hour and a half of TA. That's what we tend to do on this show. We like to do an hour and a half of TA. We like to cover Bitcoin, Ethereum. We like to cover altcoins, just so that we have a clearer understanding of what's going on in the market. Now, yesterday everybody got excited. We had a massive breakout for Bitcoin yesterday, and we broke out of a range that we've been in for 200. Sorry, not 200. We've been in for 35 days. So breaking out of that range, it got a lot of people excited. It got a lot of people wondering, well, is this the low? Is the market going to reverse now? Is the market going to change? And today, we're getting a pullback today, and a lot of people are worried. They're scared. They're in fear. And it was good having SC on the show, because if you haven't seen it, I would definitely advise you rewind and watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's something that will help you with your trading, okay? Because trading isn't just marking out support and resistance. Trading isn't just marking out green and red boxes. Trading, there is a lot of psychological behavior behind trading. You have to treat trading as a job. If you respect the job that you go to every single day between 9 and 5 p.m., you've got to give that same respect, I'd argue even more, to trading, especially if you want to make it in this space. If you want to make it in this space, do not fall victim to the way that others do it. A lot of people will do a lot of things for engagement. A lot of people will do things for likes. We're on this channel here and we're serious. We have our fun. We like to do accents here and there, but mainly this channel is here to educate you guys. All right. It's not going to make you guys the best traders in the world, but it's going to help really, really educate you guys and help you guys navigate the market with less fear, less uncertainty, and less doubt. So look, I need you guys to help me get to 3K subscribers. Okay. I need you guys to help me. We're trying to really build something here on the NJ community. We're really, really trying hard to build something, and we need all of you guys to make that happen. Okay. So in order to make that happen, what I'm going to need from you guys is, number one, I'm going to need you guys to like the video. Okay. We are trying to average around 100 likes per video. Today we've had SC on. So look, can we get to 200 likes? Okay, I know a lot of you guys are listening. A lot of you guys aren't on your phones or on your laptops. You're listening. Maybe you're doing something in the background. But if you could take a second to quickly subscribe to the channel, quickly like the video, it will help this community grow. And if this community grows, it means that we're doing something right. It means that we're helping as many people as we can. Okay. We want this to be fun. We want it to be entertaining. At the same time, we want it to be educational. In order to make all of that happen, you guys need to really help out. So look, we're going to move on now. For those of you who are interested in fundamental analysis, for those of you who are interested in what goes on behind the scenes of Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto markets in general, stick around. If you're only here for the TA, then you're not going to make it. TA is only one part of the crypto game. But yeah, we'll move on to the news now. I'm going to put my screen back up here. And let's talk about the market. Let's have a quick run through with the market. So obviously, look, with Bitcoin and Ethereum pulling back today, we're going to naturally see a decline in alt. So we're seeing a lot of red here for the 24-hour period that we've got. Some altcoins are bleeding more than other altcoins. Solana and Cardano bleeding much more than the other alt. Shiba Inu is down around the same amount as well. So look, it's to be expected, okay? It's to be expected. If a majority of people were going long around this area here, then by the time we get here, there's going to be a punishment for those late longers, all right? People who are going into the market late, people who are going into the market without understanding what's going on, people who are FOMOing per se, all right? They will get punished. And this pullback here, right here that you're seeing here, is designed to make you feel that way. Now, obviously, if we're going to break down, then we're ready for that, okay? That's why we had SC on the show. We're ready. If we break this trend line, if we get back below the range level and we hold, we know that price is going to follow suit. We know to exit our positions if especially this level here breaks, because we have resistance, resistance, and resistance, and of course resistance here. So if you've been watching the show from the beginning, you guys are all good. You guys are all prepared. If you're tuning in late to the show, then don't worry about it. There will be a recording of this later on, and I will filter it out via chapters so that you guys can skip to the parts that are necessary for you. Okay. So moving on, let's talk about what's in the headline. The headline today, we've got a lot of people are wondering, why is Bitcoin pulling back? Is it to do with this Tesla news that we have? We've had some major news regarding Elon Musk and Tesla to simply say, that the reason that Bitcoin is going down is because Tesla has sold 75% of the Bitcoin it purchased a little more than a year. Okay. Now, this is the thing. If you're new to crypto, if you're very, very new to crypto, there's something that you guys need to understand. Okay. In crypto, the same as any market, really, right? One thing that really affects cryptocurrency is news. Okay. However, news is not always completely accurate. And news, you get different types of news under different type of circumstances. So let's break down what's happened today. We've noticed that Bitcoin is pulling back. Okay. We've noticed that Bitcoin is pulling back. Now, incidentally, as Bitcoin is pulling back, we get news that comes out that says Tesla sells 75% of its Bitcoin purchases. Now, to somebody who is new to the market and somebody who doesn't really understand cryptocurrency, they're going to think that Elon Musk logged into his Binance account and decided to sell 75% of his Bitcoin holdings. And that is where the miscommunication is. Some of these journalists, honestly, the way that they write their articles, you can tell that they don't get much engagement and they're desperate for engagement. Therefore, they will write and put whatever they can in order to make you click on their article, in order to inspire fear into your trading and especially your emotions. Now, I had a look into this Tesla news. I read this article, I looked into it, and the first thing that really confused me, was he sold this stack in Q2. All right. Now, we're not in Q2 anymore. We're slowly going towards Q4. All right. We're well into Q3. The Q3 candle opened on the 1st of July. We are now at the 21st of July, which makes me wonder. Why is this news coming out now? What's the importance of this news, and how does it really affect the market? So look, if this type of news affects the market, then where is it going to affect the market? Well, it's going to affect the market in Q2, isn't it? So if we just hide all these drawings here, so what happened in Q2? If we have a very quick look, what happened in Q2? So we can see here that this candle that we have right here, this is Q3, okay? And this candle here is Q2. Now, if Tesla or Elon Musk sold all of their or most of their Bitcoin stack in Q2, then effectively speaking, the move is done. The move is done, right? This is the candle here that proves it. All right. So a lot of people will be listening to this news today thinking, well, crap, if Elon Musk has sold all of his Bitcoin, I'm out of Bitcoin. I'm not going to be investing in cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is fallen. The bubble has popped. Elon Musk has sold. But no, in reality, that's not quite the case. In reality, you're tuning in today because you believe in cryptocurrency to some very minute degree. You do believe in cryptocurrency, and you do believe in what Bitcoin and Ethereum can do and what they've been doing. All right. There's going to be videos. There's going to be different things that say Bitcoin is going to zero. Crypto is popped, crypto is finished. But look, they said the same thing in 2018. They said the same thing in 2015, and they said the same thing in 2013. And history has proven to us that Bitcoin continues to make new highs. Now, I'm not here to tell you that I'm a Bitcoin maxi and that, Bitcoin is going to take over traditional finance. No, it's not. I did an episode with TraderSZ a week back, maybe a week and a half ago. It's a very, very interesting episode. A lot of information covered on what we think of the Bitcoin experiment in general. It's definitely something that's worth watching. So if you get time, make sure you go back. There is a playlist that I've got in the channel. You should already know because you're all subscribed. I'm sure you're all subscribed. And go back and look at that playlist where we have special guests, and you'll see the episode that I did with XO, and he gives us his thoughts as to, you know, the Bitcoin experiment and what he thinks that Bitcoin will do in terms of traditional finance. Okay, the dollar, the pound, etc., etc. So Elon Musk exiting his position, that's already happened. That is in fact old news. Yes, we are getting an article today, 16 hours ago, that's talking about Tesla selling off 75%, but we need to understand the reality and the context of how Elon Musk would do that. Number one, I really don't think that Elon Musk has a Binance account where he's got all of his Bitcoin holdings in there. I don't think so. All right. Elon Musk is far. He didn't become Elon Musk by being as silly as leaving all of his Bitcoin in one Binance account where he logs in on his phone or something like that and he hits sell. That's not really how he would play the game, you know. His net worth is around 230 billion. I'm pretty sure he knows how to manage money. I'm pretty sure that he knows how to manage his risk and his portfolio. I think that there is a lot more involved in being able to sell these tokens. I think these tokens, these Bitcoins, they go into a treasury, and there is a heavy process involved in order to make decisions on that treasury, whether the market is going up or whether the market is going down. And I don't think that, you know, Elon would sell 75% in one go on Binance or Coinbase. That's not how it works. Now, interestingly enough, today, you know, we're not covering it on this channel today, but interestingly enough, today I've seen that another piece of news that we've got is that, you know, 124,000 Bitcoin or something like that has been transferred to Coinbase. Once again, it's inspiring fear in the market. It's making you go short. It makes you emotional. It makes you think, well, hang on a second. If I'm longing Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going down today, when in reality, we know that it's looking like a retest. It hasn't followed any plan yet. It hasn't followed a short plan, and it hasn't really followed the long plan yet. But it makes you think, it makes you wonder, well, hang on a second. Bitcoin is pulling back. Elon has sold all of his Bitcoins today, apparently. And now we're getting all these Bitcoins going to Coinbase. So, you know, I'm going to get the hell out of this market. Or even worse, I'm going to short. Now, this is where a lot of people tend to go wrong. This is where a lot of the money gets lost. You know, this is where you blow your account, because what happens is you get out of the market based on the news that you've read today. You can't put the news and the TA together. And what happens is Bitcoin does something like this. So it gets below the range, it breaks below, and it does something like this. Okay. And you're wondering, you're thinking to yourself, well, hang on a second. I don't get it. If Elon sold all of his Bitcoin, and if whoever this whale is that sent all this Bitcoin over to Coinbase, why has the market pumped? And in reality, what's happened is it's just kind of like what SC was saying earlier. Your plans, you weren't able to follow your plan. So look, for instance, here, I've got a plan, right? I know that I can't flip short yet because my plan isn't letting me. My plan isn't letting me. Maybe some of you guys shorted right at the top here at 24,200. You're better traders than I am. I couldn't short here because it just doesn't follow my plan. I can't short right now because it doesn't follow my plan. Now, however, if I see something along the lines of, you know, maybe this, where we get below the range level and we've broken this trend line and we're holding below the range level, then I can start talking about shorting to 21,600. And if we break below 21,600 and we hold, that's when it really opens the doors to these new lows. So I've got my plan now and I'm focused on my plan. However, I see news like this and I decide, well, hang on, no, I'm just going to ignore my plan and I'm going to flip short. That is where you tend to lose a lot of money. Okay. Now, I always say that this show isn't financial advice. However, this doesn't just apply to people who are risking money. This applies to people who are paper trading too. If you're paper trading and you're trying to maybe up your win rate, or if you're trying to focus on making sure that you've got enough wins in your portfolio so that you can actually start risking real money, then, you know, if you take random longs and random shorts based off random news that you're not really looking into, you're going to lose. And if you're going to lose, then you're not going to make it. And if you're not going to make it, you fall into that majority. You fall into that exit liquidity category where you're thinking to yourself, why can't I make it? And this is something that I always stress on this channel as well. You know, in 2018, when I was learning how to trade, I'm going to be really honest and explain to you guys where I went wrong. Where I went wrong was from January 2018, every time I got paid from my job, I would deposit £500 or £700 or £800 into my Binance account or my Delta account, and I would lose it. I would lose that money. Now, this is the thing that I really do understand now. Okay, one thing that I understand now is in 2018 January, if I had taken that £500 and I had saved it, February I saved that money, March, I save that money. February all the way to December, I save that money. Suddenly, I find myself with £6,000 to £7,000. All right. I've not traded it. I've been paper trading this entire year. My win rate is decent. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but ultimately, I've got £5,000, £6,000, £7,000. Now, with that money, what I do is I realize, well, hang on a second, maybe day trading isn't working out for me. Maybe swing trading isn't working out for me. I just don't seem to understand the context behind what's going on with these candles. I take this £7,000 and I put it into Bitcoin at 3, 4, 5K. Okay. From 5K, Bitcoin decides it goes to 70K. Now, I'm an investor. I'm somebody who believes in Bitcoin, but I'm not somebody who understands the charts. However, I'm somebody who took 5K and I've just, 35x it? No, sorry, stupid. That's stupid. Let's get the calculator up, okay? Why is this not working? There we go. So if we do 70 divided by 5, we've got 14, okay? I've taken my 5K and I've done a 14x on my 5K. Maybe I longed a few altcoins as well because I'm an investor. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a scalper. I'm not a swing trader. Maybe I took that money and I put it into an altcoin. Maybe I put it into a meme coin that decided it wanted to do 100x. Now, suddenly, all the work that I did in that last year, suddenly it starts to come to fruition. Okay? But that would have not transpired. That would have not worked if I was reading headlines like Tesla sells 75% of his Bitcoin purchases and immediately went short with no trade plan, with no understanding of leverage, with no understanding of the context of price. And suddenly I'm stopped out. And now I have no money left. Now I'm going into the next bull market with zero, with a balance of zero. And look, you'll still make some money in the bull market. You will, all right? That's what the bull market is. The bull market is when everybody gets involved. The bull market is where everybody sort of makes their money, okay? You will still make some money if you walk into the bull market with zero. But it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, why don't you have the patience? Why aren't you understanding discipline? Why can't you be patient? What is it that's forcing you to trade? What is it about this news today that forced you to go short? What is it about this news today that really made you switch your trading bias? Something that I'll let you think of. Now, I know that a lot of you guys are listening to me right now, and maybe you're doing something in the background. But the dream, the idea behind the NJ show is that one day, the comments in the live chat that we've got, one day we'll have a debate going. We'll have a debate. You know, SC came on the show earlier today and he was able to disagree with me. And we were able to disagree comfortably, you know? So my vision, the vision that I have for this community is I want you guys to hear what I'm saying. And if you guys disagree with anything, or maybe you see somebody else in the chat that says something, we're able to spark a debate. We're able to spark a conversation and say, you know what? I don't agree with this, and I don't agree with this for X, Y, and Z. And suddenly we've got a community that's working to try and actually smash this market. Okay. So this news today for Tesla, I'm not taking it seriously. Okay. If anything, I'm very disappointed in this news because you're talking to me about something that happened months ago, mate. Essentially what you're telling me is that, you know, Elon Musk, him selling his positions is basically what led to the downtrend. Okay. So that was where all the sell pressure came on. So Elon Musk, he bought Bitcoin over here in these levels here, you know, all of this support that we can see here, Elon was buying all of that support. And because he bought all of that support, we pushed into these crazy highs. Okay. Now, Elon decides he's selling his positions at the same area that he bought it. It creates the sell-off because, you know, we don't have that same support in the market. Okay? Now, that's already happened. I'm really not interested in that news. I've got a lot of respect for Elon Musk. You know, it would be amazing if we could get somebody like that on this show one day. You know, it would be amazing. I've got a ton of respect for him. But do you know what I have more respect for? I have more respect for my own fucking trade plan. Okay? And I'm sorry for the language, but that it's something that you all need to hear. I've got far more respect for my trade plan because Elon's not going to talk to me about price action. He's not going to talk to me about ranges. He's not going to talk to me about how long price was in a range here and then it broke out. He's not going to talk to me about how to long. He's not going to talk to me about how to form my trade plan. He's only going to tell me what he's doing. Okay? You need to focus on what you're doing because at the beginning of the episode, you know, in the first sort of 20 minutes, I did say your worst enemy is yourself. At the end of the day, in your life, right? For anybody who's listening right now, in your life, you are the main character. In my life right now, I'm Trader NJ and I'm on a stream right now. I'm looking directly into a camera. I can have my monitors around me, my computer here. But for you, you're somebody who's listening to this voice. All right? The decisions that you make are going to impact you, directly you. So don't let stupid news like this impact how you feel. Especially don't let it impact how you actually trade. If you're gonna take trades based off somebody else's emotions, then you suddenly the main character in your life isn't you anymore, my friend. It's them. You know, you've got your story, you've got your chapters. There are things that are going to happen to you. Look, we're going to ride this next bull market together, right? In this chat, there are 1 or 2 millionaires in this chat, but we just don't know it yet. It could be you. Okay? It could be you. The one person that's listening right now, it could be you. But it's not going to work out if you're going to let other people make those decisions for you, because then it will be them. Okay? You're essentially buying into their bags and you're becoming their exit liquidity. All right? Now, just to give you guys a little bit of context, look, I didn't make all my money trading. I didn't. I didn't. I really, really didn't. Look, I longed Floki at 4 million market cap and I bought more at 10 million market cap and then it went to 3.5 billion market cap and then I took profit with my friends. That's what happened. I didn't sell the exact top. I think I sold a majority of my Floki at 2 billion market cap. That's how I made a lot of my money. Otherwise, I'd be in the office right now. Otherwise, I'd be at home, working from home, doing an IT job. There's no point lying to you guys. The reason I'm telling you guys isn't so you can focus on me, isn't so you can judge me. It's so that you guys can form your own opinions. And in the next cycle, you guys will be the ones that find the next Floki. Maybe one of you guys ping me and say, "Hey, Trader NJ, I hope you're doing well. Just to let you know, I found an interesting privacy coin that I really think is going to be the next sensation in crypto. I think this is going to be the next 1000x." Now, this person might not be able to trade, this person might not be able to understand chart patterns, but this person understands fundamental analysis. They understand what the overall market is doing. They understand what the market is talking to. It's making sense to them. They just can't trade the 15-minute time frame. Okay? Now, they take their £1,000 that they've saved up for so long, and that altcoin does 1000x. Suddenly, they're not the same person anymore. You're still the main character of your life. You're still the main character, except you're living a very different life now. So it's something I'm going to leave you guys to all ponder on. To summarize, this news is bullshit. Okay, so if you log on to any other YouTuber's stream, as much respect as I have for them, as much respect as I have for people on Twitter as well, you're all entitled to your own opinions. This news, to me, I don't even know how it made it into my headline, but it did. All right. Now we'll talk a bit more about this. Look. If you can read between the lines, you'll see here Tesla's Musk remains open to buying more Bitcoin after selling in Q2 to raise cash. Look what this is telling you. It's the journalists that are making you confused. It's the style of English that they're using. You know, the style of English that they're using is causing you to warrant fear. All right. So look, before I talk about this right now, we've got 140 people in the chat. Okay, as I mentioned earlier on, We are trying to get to 3K subscribers. If we can get to 3K subscribers, SC will come back on this show and he will give us his thoughts on Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm here every day, Monday to Friday. I'm here every single day, 12:15 p.m. BST. I'm here for you guys. We talk about Bitcoin. We talk about the market. We talk about Ethereum. We talk about altcoins. And as we get closer to the exit of the bear market and as we get closer to the bull market, we're going to talk more about altcoins that have that potential. Okay, we're going to be covering them here on this channel. It's just not the right time to do it. So if you haven't already, I urge you, I implore you, bottom right hand corner, subscribe to the channel. It takes a second of your time. It's free. Okay, and you'll be joining a community that's eager to learn. You'll be joining a community that's eager to grow. And hopefully more than one or two of you will become millionaires. More than one or two of you will be able to make that generational wealth that saves your families, that changes your life. All right, enough about the emotions, but just subscribe. Okay, subscribe. And also get me to 200 likes. Okay, we're at 189 likes. Make sure you get me to 200 likes. Okay, it does help with the algorithms. All right, I appreciate all of you. So going back to this Elon Musk stuff right here, I'm going to wrap up on this. It's funny how one of these articles states, in big writing here, Tesla sells 75% of its Bitcoin purchases and the rest of the writing is small. And then, interestingly enough, the next article says Tesla's Musk remains open to buying Bitcoin after selling in Q2. It doesn't make any sense. So, look, my opinion is this, okay? And we are all entitled to our own opinions. I would love to hear your opinions in the chat as well. If you have an opinion, it will be heard. Okay, that's the kind of community that we're building. I'll ban anyone or push anyone out for disrespecting anyone's opinion. You're all safe in this chat room. Okay, make sure you're stressing your opinions. All right. And look, Joel says it here. Joel's clearly somebody who's listening. He says, no surprise that the news comes at resistance levels. SC had already taken profit. You call the resistance level. Fake news plays the narrative for the whale moves. And that's a really, really great comment from Joel there. I really appreciate that. Strawberry EMP, welcome to the community. Thank you for subscribing to the show. And for everybody else who's subscribed as well, thank you very much for your support. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow live at 12:15. We're going to cover a few more things here that are going on in crypto. It's really important for those of you who are new to the show. If you are just learning how to trade candlesticks, you are not going to make it. I mean it. You're not going to make it. There is such a minority that focus so heavily on 5-minute time frames and 15-minute time frames. I'm so sorry, my friend. You're not going to make it. You will miss out on the next cycle. You will not even be able to trade the next cycle because you're so focused on trading inside of ranges. People don't realize that ranges are one thing, but trending market is another thing all in all. And in order to understand the trending market, you need to have FA. And you can quickly realize who charts and who just charts for the sake of charting, right? And who understands FA. When you find somebody who understands FA and you find somebody who is like a hybrid, you realize, wait, hang on a second, this guy is following his price action plans and he's merging them with the fundamental drivers that are happening in crypto every single day. And suddenly you realize what kind of trader that you want to be. Okay, you've got time now. You've got time right now at this moment. You've got time to grow. This is your opportunity. Every single second and every single moment that goes past, you are wasting your opportunity. This is your opportunity right now to build in the bear market. I don't mean build as in go and build your own project. I don't mean become the greatest 15-minute scalper. I mean build as in understand what this news means. How does this news affect you? Don't just read the headline and think, yeah, bro, I know all about crypto. You get me? You know me, right? Everything about crypto, I am knowing all about crypto, right? Sometime, every time I know about crypto, Tesla, every time selling Bitcoin. Don't be one of those guys, bro. Don't be one of those guys. Turn around and say, hang on a second, I understand this news. it is an interesting piece of news, and it's quite interesting that this came out at resistance, and it's quite interesting that, you know, they're talking about something that happened in Q2. But, you know, at the same time, it's something that I need to know. I've got this information now, I've put it under my belt. If I need to use it later on when I'm marking out my levels and marking out my charts, I'll use it. Suddenly you've switched from some crypto moon boy to somebody who really understands the market. Okay, and I'm sorry for that little bit of banter, but again, to me, Elon Musk is somebody who warrants Bitcoin. Elon Musk who supports Bitcoin, and I do honestly believe that as we gravitate towards the final lows that we are going to make, Elon will be buying. And I promise you, this will be the type of news that really does impact the market to the upside. I really do think so. All right. He is a man of technology. He's the closest thing that we have to Iron Man in real life. And that's not really a compliment. I love Iron Man. Elon doesn't really strike me as a Robert Downey Jr. kind of guy. So, you know, I do believe that he will take more interest in Bitcoin, and I do believe it will affect the market in the next cycle. We'll move on from that. We'll move on from there. That's my segment on Elon Musk and the headline. Hope you guys all enjoyed that. We're going to move on now. Make sure you like and subscribe. As always, we are at 196 likes. Come on. There's 4 of you in the chat who haven't subscribed and you haven't liked. For those 4 of you who haven't, just, it takes a second, man. It takes a second. Like the video if you've learned something. If you've learned something today, and you definitely did, because we had SC on the show. We always learn something when SC comes on the show, you know? So like the video, get us over 200 likes, and get us to 3K subscribers. We can all do it, all right? So the next thing that we've got here is MATIC news. Now, a lot of people in the chat are heavily glued to MATIC at the moment, all right? One thing that you'll understand in crypto, and it will happen to you, and not only will it happen to you, it will happen to your friends, it will happen to everyone. When a coin pumps 60, 70%, instead of looking for the next coin that could pump 60, 70%, people focus on buying the top of that coin that has already pumped. Now, in terms of all the altcoins that have pumped across this bear rally, right? MATIC has been one of the heavier movers. MATIC, you know, for those of you who don't know, MATIC had a partnership with Disney a couple of days ago, and that really, really was massive news for the crypto space. It was something that really affected MATIC's price. It was very, very bullish news. Now, if you were listening to everything I said about the Elon Musk news a moment ago, you'll know the importance of news. You'll know the importance of the fundamental drivers that affect the crypto market. So MATIC partnering with Disney, what does that mean? Well, Disney owns Star Wars. Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns... Disney has all, it's a massive cooperation. It's corporation, not corporate. It's a massive corporation. It's a huge business. The demographic that Disney have, if they can reach their audience with something called Polygon or something called MATIC, you can certainly imagine what that's going to do for the community of MATIC. It's going to make their community grow. It's going to make them get more visibility and more awareness. And that's what's led the faster pump in MATIC. Now, for me personally speaking, even if we do go higher, I'm really not interested in trading MATIC. I think that the majority of the pump is kind of done for MATIC, all right? And I'm happy to be wrong, and I'm happy for all of you guys to have a different opinion. I'm just letting you know how I feel. I'd rather look at something like maybe Phil or something like Sand, which hasn't really pumped yet, but it's giving us similar price action, and we're yet to see that 50% pump or 60% pump like MATIC gave us. You know, I'm not interested in buying resistance. I'm interested in a flip of resistance. I'm interested in buying support. I'm a big buyer at support, especially if we've got that little sexy deviation, you know. Quick shout out in the chat. We've got Lena. Thank you for joining the show, Lena. Me and Lena is one of my loves. Me and her had an argument the other day, and I was very mean to her. So I love you, Lena. I'm telling you that in front of all these people here. I'm very, very sorry that we are. And big hug and big kiss. Okay. And thank you, Raheem, for subbing to the channel and liking the show. Martin, thank you for your comments. Rolly Diaz, thank you for your comments. Hafu, it's always good to see you in the chat, Hafu. Always, always a pleasure. I love the fact that you guys are able to tune into this show, and 2 hours later, you guys are still here. It's honestly something massive. But anyway, Polygon launches new scaling solution to further cut costs on Ethereum. Again, look, this is not any information that really makes me happy, or Ethereum is moving to proof of stake. We've got Starkware coming out, which is a scaling solution for Ethereum. I don't think this is something that's going to really help the price of MATIC move. Let me just quickly refresh this page because I don't think it's letting me scroll. There we go. So look, Web3 infrastructure provider Polygon, which is MATIC, today announced the launch of Polygon zkEVM. So, I mean, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I just want to be real with you guys. For those of you who use MATIC, I mean, I've got Polygon set up on my MetaMask too, and I sometimes do use MATIC. I sometimes do transfer tokens from one area to another using the MATIC network. The fees are so cheap anyway. The fees are non-existent. I mean, even in poor countries, the fees aren't something that's going to affect anyone. It's I think less than a penny, right? And if you walk out onto the dirtiest streets of London, you'll find pennies on the floor, So for them doing this, how does it really impact you? How does them adding a few virtual machines to a wider VMware infrastructure, how is that really bullish? Like, I don't think any of us really care, So I think the Disney news was prominent. I think the Disney news was huge because it does affect us. It does affect the crypto community. It might even affect the NJ show. Maybe a few subscribers that we've got now learn about the NJ show through Disney. They follow Disney. They watch all the Disney shows and movies. They read all Disney's articles that they post on their websites. And they've seen that they've partnered up with a company called Polygon. All right. And they've learned all about this MATIC token. They've come on YouTube and they've found us, the NJ community, and suddenly they've subscribed. So that's how that kind of partnership affects us. But this kind of news, I used to work as an infrastructure engineer. Do you know how many times my boss would tell me, can you spin up 5 or 6 VMs? I don't really care. Okay. So that's how I feel about it. Moving along, crypto lender Vauld owes 363 million to retail investors after halting withdrawals. So look, this is something that we speak about on this channel as well. Make sure that you've got your funds locked up. Okay, make sure that you've got them on a decentralized wallet. Don't leave your funds on exchanges, because we've seen it with Celsius. We've seen it with look at this comment from Strawberry here. He said, yeah, mate, I saw In It for the Tech while watching Frozen 4. Amazing. I love that comment. Hey, Strawberry, welcome to the NJ community. We're really happy to have you on board, mate. Really happy to have you on board. And we have hit over 205 likes. Amazing. You guys are superstars. You guys are superstars. So whether you're watching this live, whether you're watching the replay, seriously, the NJ community really appreciates all of you. For those of you who have joined today, and we can't express how grateful we are. Okay, this community will be big one day. It will be, and all of you guys will make that happen. Okay, all of you guys will make that happen. So Vauld owing all of this money. We've seen it before Celsius. We've seen it with Voyager. We've seen it with a few other places as well. Pausing withdrawals, not allowing people to withdraw their money from their wallets. And, just make sure that you've got your money saved in maybe your MetaMask, maybe your Ledger. If you guys haven't got a Ledger, then you can take a screenshot of this. So it's upside down. This is my Ledger. Crypto AM bought this for me. Make sure that you guys buy one of these. It's a hardware wallet. If you YouTube or Google something that says hardware wallet or Ledger or anything like that, you guys will be able to understand what that is. Okay, and it's just more for your own security and more for your own safety. Imagine you had 20-30k on this platform, and you wake up in the morning, you check your balance, and your balance looks good, but you go to withdrawals and you can't withdraw your money. Suddenly you're confused and you're worried. You don't know what to do, and you're just wondering in fear. Is this company now going to file a Chapter 11 where they file for bankruptcy, and suddenly your money is now theirs and you can't get access to your money? if you want to sue them, you have to fork out another 5-10K for a lawyer. And even then you might not win because they filed for a chapter 11, they filed for bankruptcy. So, if you're keeping your money on exchanges, just be super careful. Okay, I'm not going to be mean to you guys and say, well, it's your own fucking fault then, isn't it? I'm not going to do that. But what I will do is I'll stress it one more time. We've got a good comment here as well that says, can you recommend any place to keep your crypto? So look, I use MetaMask. Some people use Trust Wallet. I've got my Nano Ledger right here as well, which I use, but I don't like to keep money on exchanges. Okay, in a bull market it works perfectly fine, but in a bear market you're going to get a lot of bearish news, and there's going to be a lot of consequences as the market dumps. If you think about it, 3 Arrows, they got liquidated as the market kept dumping. Now, how does that affect this market going down even further? Well, it affects this market going down even further because as they get liquidated, they're going to have to sell a majority of their positions. And if they're selling a majority of their positions, it means that we're going to get cascading liquidations. More altcoins are going to fall, and you're going to lose all your money too. So we've got a question here, and I can't believe I'm sharing this, but Buzzy says, is eToro okay? Maybe I'll let you guys in the chat answer that for him. But no, that's a really silly question. Make sure you don't do that. And Eric, you're a top man. Thank you for that. Exodus is a pretty good self-custodial wallet. Thank you, Eric, for helping the guys out. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you, my friend. And Manib says this is theft. Yeah, you know what? I agree, Manib. I agree. This is bad for crypto. This is really bad for crypto. And interestingly enough, look at when this news comes out as well. It comes out as soon as we start getting the pullback on Bitcoin. So, it's one of those things to keep into consideration. Okay, so the news here is just the exchange is frozen. They owe people 34 million since they paused withdrawals. That's how much there was in the exchange for multiple people. $34 million. Are those people going to get that money back? I don't know. Okay, the pattern that we've seen here is that as this type of news tends to unfold, they tend to file for bankruptcy, and suddenly people lose all that money. So if you are involved in this, I don't know what to say. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. The only thing I can say is don't give up. Don't give up. Keep fighting to get yourself into the next bull market. Okay, the next bull market, there'll only be a handful of winners, just like there was in the last bull market. Even though the competition is high, it doesn't mean you can't do it. All right. It doesn't matter what country you're from. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You can be one of those winners. You just have to make sure that you're tuning into the NJ show every day at 12:15. Yeah, that's all I can say. So again, more bearish news today. This is to do with India as well. I believe this is India. Yes, Bank of India, Reserve Bank of India. India have no intention to... Well, mate, look, listen. All right, don't piss me off. Buzzy says, why was that a silly question? But Buzzy said, is eToro a good place to hold all of your crypto? It's a silly question because we just spent 5 minutes talking about decentralized wallets. Maybe you don't know what a decentralized wallet is. A decentralized wallet is a wallet that you have the keys to, my friend. On Binance, on KuCoin, on FTX, or any exchange that you can think of, if you don't have the keys to that wallet, then you're transferring your crypto to somebody or an entity that has access to your funds. At any point in time, because they own the keys to that wallet, they can freeze that wallet. Okay, I hope that answers that question as to why eToro is not the best place to leave all your funds. I hope you understand that. That's as polite as I can be on that matter. Okay, kick it up in gear. Kick it up in gear, Buzzy. All right, we're a growing community. We're preparing for the bull market. We're preparing for the next bull market, and we only have a year or two to do it. So everybody in this community, everybody watching, everybody getting involved, they're putting their foot down. They're accelerating and they're learning. So make sure you're doing the same thing. And that's not just to you, Buzzy. I'm sorry to single you out there, my friend. I appreciate you for joining the stream. I appreciate you for liking the video, for subscribing to the content. I'm just giving you some friendly advice to you and whoever else is giving questions out like that. Get your ass in gear, all right? We haven't got much time for the next market. We just don't, okay? So again, crypto for India, RBI. So look, the story for this is pretty simple, you know. Um, okay, I'm so sorry. I keep digressing. Buzzy, look, listen, you're a newbie. Welcome to the NJ community. We're all gonna help you out here. You're gonna get smarter. Make sure you're tuning in every day. If not, you're watching the recordings. It's not just me that's going to help you. It's this community too. This community, we've got a lot of helpful people in the live chats. Make sure you follow each other on Twitter. Make sure you're networking with each other. Are you following the In It for the Tech Telegram channel? It's the link in the description below. Again, that's where you might be able to meet new people. Okay. Networking is an important part of crypto. Make sure you're always ready for constructive criticism. Make sure you're ready for quick learning. You know, this is like Eric Ten Hag type football. We want to be quick. We want to be efficient. We don't want to make mistakes. All right. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're networking. Make sure you're getting involved. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to In It for the Text Telegram channel. Make sure you're looking at the links in the description below because it does go a long way. Okay. And like the video if you haven't already liked the video. Thank you for tuning in and make sure you're subscribed. So India, let's not divert ourselves anymore. India. So with India, they had a 1% tax before. Then obviously the bull run happened and they realized that they could capitalize on that bull run, but they didn't because the bull market had ended. By the time the bear market hit, that's when they decided they want to incorporate a 30% tax. Now, money is exiting the crypto market. So what these guys have done now by accident is they're pushing more people away from crypto, when in reality, these banks and these entities, as much as they don't want you to believe it, they want you to trade crypto because you trade crypto and they know that as soon as you trade crypto, if you make $1 million in crypto, then what you're going to do is you're going to sell that crypto into fiat. You're going to sell it into US dollars, Great British pounds, you know, the Indian rupee. You're going to sell it, maybe euros. You're going to sell it into fiat so that you can buy your Lamborghinis, so that you can buy your house, pay off your loans. They know that you're going to do that. So what they do is they introduce taxes into the country that say, well, if you're going to sell your cryptocurrency into the country's currency, then you're going to have to pay a tax on that. So, you know, India had a 1% tax, which made it bullish on cryptocurrency. You know, people who were trading cryptocurrency, it made them want to go and live in India because, you know, you've got access to your crypto. Similarly, in Dubai, the tax is around 1%, even though it's a gray area in Dubai, you know? But in the UK, you're looking at taxes upwards of 50%. In the US, you're looking at taxes upwards of 50%. And now India's jumped on the bandwagon and they're saying that the government has announced a flat 30% tax of income from cryptocurrency and a further 1% on TDS on crypto transactions. So India, to me, is I'm not bullish on India anymore for cryptocurrency. So if you're someone who's in cryptocurrency and you're looking to branch out, India is not really the place for you. So there is a lot that could be said on that. There is a lot of opinions that we can make on that, but yeah, it's one of those things. We'll move on. So Zipmex, again, the reason I've put this news inside of this stream today is because we've had this news here from Vauld, and now we're getting the same thing from Zipmex due to a combination of circumstances beyond our control because we fucked up, including some volatile market conditions because we don't know how to trade the market and the market has been crashing, and the resulting financial difficulties of our key business partners because all the altcoins that we invested in are now dumping to zero. To maintain the integrity of our platform, we don't want to get liquidated. We would be pausing withdrawals until further notice. So again, it's happened again, okay? Now, Zipmex is not something that I use. I know a majority of people don't use it, but, you know, there are going to be some people that do, all right? And once again, it goes back to making sure that you own the keys to your wallets, okay? It's something that needs to be stressed out on this channel. I know a lot of you guys are new to cryptocurrency. I know a lot of you guys are learning cryptocurrency, and I know there's a lot of information to take in, but stick around and stay with us. We will get to all of it eventually. By the next cycle, you guys will all be experts, okay? So again, look, I don't know who this person here is, Hexelena, whatever. I don't know who he or she is, but translation, Zipmex kind of lost all your money, and it's unfortunate and it's a sad situation for most, but it is the situation that we are in. Okay, so please, I implore you, as much as I tell you guys to like the show, like the video, and to subscribe to the channel, I should be saying more. I should be stressing to you guys more to make sure that you've got the freaking keys to your wallets. Okay? Make sure, make sure. Moving along. Ooh, we've got some Do Kwan news. Do Kwan, for those of you who don't know, is an enemy on this show. We don't like Do Kwan. Do Kwan lost people so much money. I would love to bring Do Kwan onto this show. I would destroy him if he came onto the show. My man don't even know what I would do. I'd be like, hey, Do Kwan, thanks for joining the show, dickhead. So Do Kwan, you know what, Luna, yeah, dickhead. What are you saying about Luna, you pussy? And he wouldn't understand what these slang words mean. So he'd be like, Luna, yeah, let's talk about Luna. And he would just ignore words like dickhead and idiot and fool and cretin. And look, this guy does not help cryptocurrency in any way, shape, or form. Okay, Luna is a subject that I hate covering on this channel because so many people lost money on Luna. So many people lost money on Luna, you know? So the good thing about this, the bullish thing about this news is that South Korea have now piled a team together to try and destroy Luna, to try and find the developers, the people who are behind Luna, and bring them to justice. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. Do Kwan made so much money from Luna that I kind of feel like he has all the protection he needs now. So I don't think he's going to get caught, and I don't think he's going to go to jail or anything like that. A funny comment from John here says, unless he watches Top Boy. Yeah, if he watches Top Boy, then he's going to be like, hey, what? Hey, who you chatting to, blood? But I don't think Do Kwan has time to watch Top Boy. I think he's too busy scamming people for $80 billion or something crazy like that. 80 million every month is what he was selling in terms of his Luna assets. Every single month he was selling 80 million on his followers. You know, imagine one of us did that. You know, imagine one of us did that. We made a token and then every month we were selling on our followers. What kind of community are you building if that's what you're going to do? You know? So Hafu says, Do Kwan going to prison and going to have to trade ramen for surviving the showers. Yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. If South Korea can catch him, then good. Then good, you know? But anyway, this is what it's focusing on. A total of 15 places, including cryptocurrency exchanges and related offices, were searched on Wednesday for proof of allegations, a spokesperson told Reuters news agency on Thursday without elaborating. So they're cracking down on this Do Kwan business now. Do Kwan, again, it's kind of how I was talking about Tesla earlier on. You know, Elon Musk didn't log into his Binance account and hit market sell. He logged in. There's a chain of events that need to happen for him to sell any tokens. And similarly with Do Kwan, he wasn't him by himself. He was the face behind Luna. He was the founder of Luna. But in order for Luna to get to where it got to, those kind of evaluations, $40 billion, the teams need to grow. The teams need to expand. You need to get other big entities on board to support the idea for it to get to that kind of level. So South Korea aren't just investigating Do Kwan, they're raiding exchanges, they're raiding anybody associated or linked to Do Kwan over sort of any allegations or any sort of any evidence that they find. Okay, so if any of you guys are in the chat today, if you guys were involved in the Do Kwan fiasco, if you were one of the reasons that Luna got destroyed, and if you were one of the reasons that the community got shanked over what Luna happened, then before you go to jail, before you go to prison, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you subscribe to the content. Even though you're inactive, we need to get to 3K followers, all right? And we will see you whenever you get out of jail, all right? What's going on with Bitcoin here? Are we breaking down? Not yet. Not yet, not yet. Okay. Moving along, two more pieces and I'll let you lovely people go. Two more pieces. So this is something that I could talk about for an hour or two. I'm not going to do that because I know that you guys are tired now. I know we've been here for 2 hours, 2.5 hours almost. Oh, cool. I love you too. I don't know what part of the stream you're at. I don't know if you're early, watching early or anything like that, but we love you too. All of us here love you too. Merhaba Gul. our Turkish friend from the Turkish community. AC says, salam to you, bro. Welcome to the show. Hope you're doing good. Welcome back. Anyway, let's quickly cover this, all right? And we're going to wrap up. Let's see if we can wrap up the show in the next 10 minutes. So ugly inflation numbers make a recession more likely in 2022, economist says. Now, inflation is something that I covered on this channel, all right? And not only is it inflation, so I made a video and CPI is in the keyword, all right? CPI is in the keyword of inflation. And I made a video covering inflation, covering CPI. So go into my video section and you'll find that video. It talks about CPI, what CPI is, how it affects you on a day-to-day basis. All right. I made another video talking about the Fed increasing the BPS points by 75. Okay. 0.75%. And it's in the thumbnail, it's in the headline. You guys can go back and watch that video too. Now, in those videos, I talk about inflation and I talk about how a recession is coming. And so many people are focused on the markets that they're not realizing what's happening to them. We are in a position now where it's not just about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins going down. Most of you, if not all of us, are wrecked from Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are some portfolios that have gone from $1 million to $100, and people are focused on trying to make that money back instead of focused on seeing what's happening in front of them. This recession, right now, we are in the calm before the storm. We haven't really seen capitulation yet. I do agree that Bitcoin can go higher. I do believe that Bitcoin can go to 28 to 30K. I do believe that the ES can go higher. I do believe that Ethereum can go higher to maybe 2200 even. But that doesn't mean that the market isn't going to make new lows. And that doesn't mean that the market isn't going to get worse. And that doesn't mean that the cost of living will grow. Now, this is the problem with the cost of living. The cost of living growing doesn't mean that your wages are going to grow. So if you're making $1,000 a month, the prices, the bus fare will cost you a lot more. The milk will cost you a lot more. Meat and fish and vegetables, they're going to cost you more. Household items, your cleaning items that you need, they're going to cost you more. But you're still going to make $1,000 a month if you are lucky enough to still have your job. Okay? Now, this is the kind of despair that we need to really get to in order to catch a bottom on this market. All right. The COVID crash really shook the world, but it was the kind of event that led to the kind of capitulation that gave us the bull run. So, what is going to cause the next bull run? What is the next event, the next catalyst that's going to really get us to the lows where people like Elon Musk and other great entities will be looking to purchase Bitcoin, to send Bitcoin to higher levels, to send Bitcoin to a new all-time high? And I think it's going to be the recession. It's not going to be the news of the recession. It's not going to be particularly the news, but it's when people start really getting affected by the recession. It's when people really start, not being able to afford the types of food that they were eating before. It's when people lose their jobs and they can't find new jobs. It's when the homeless numbers go up. It's when the crime rates really go up. That's when we're going to start asking questions like, what's the president doing? What's the Fed doing? Why can't we live? Why can't we thrive? Why can't we save money anymore? Why can't I afford my kids' uniform? Why am I forcing my kids to live a mediocre life because, why doesn't my degree help me get the job that I'm looking for? What is the president and what is the Fed doing? And that's when we kind of see the collapse. And that's when we see the kind of capitulation that we're looking for in the market. Okay, so if you're calling for 10K, if you're calling for 4K on Bitcoin or 6K on Bitcoin, then you've got to ask yourself, start talking back to yourself and say, well, what are the factors, the macro global factors that can actually help get Bitcoin to those levels to make it an attractive buy once again, and how is the market, how are people in the world going to get money to buy Bitcoin, and how are they going to get money to buy Ethereum? How are they going to get money to buy altcoins? We're going to need some sort of stimulus. We're going to need some sort of money coming into the market. Right now, money's exiting the market. People are living in fear. Cash isn't even the king anymore because the dollar just keeps going up. So any other currency that you hold is naturally going to lose value. You know, AC says maybe this is a stupid question, but how long does a recession last? That's not a stupid question, AC. I think that's a good question. A recession will last for as long as the macro factors stay in there. So, say for instance, right, if I take a piss, and I'm sorry, this is a horrible example, but this is the only one that my brain was able to think of. If I take a piss and I don't flush the toilet, then how long is that piss going to stay in the toilet? It's going to be there until I flush the toilet. We're going to need something that comes in that changes the market dynamics. That could be many things. It could be, money printer. Will they turn the money printer back on? My belief is that's what they're going to do. I think that the Fed will turn on the money printer and just print money again and just give everyone money again so that we can get another bull cycle. People can be alive for as long as they can until they can figure out something else. Maybe they replace the dollar with something. Can you imagine how difficult it would be to replace the dollar with something else? I think that would be one of the biggest pieces of news that we could ever potentially cover on this channel. Do you remember when France changed the franc over to the euro? It was something that really shocked the world. The euro, for those of you who maybe are a bit younger, in France, we used to have francs. We never used to have euros. The change came later on, and it was a very, very massive global event, So to do that with a dollar, that's not going to be anywhere near as simple, albeit how complicated it was for the euro. It's not going to be that simple, okay? And I think that they're going to avoid that as much as possible in order to stop the supply growing, in order to stop inflation. I think that replacing the dollar with something else will be the kind of last final scenario that these guys have. And I don't even know what it would do to the market if they did. So, I'll leave that to you guys to decide and debate amongst yourselves. All right. So moving on, our final piece of news, bullish news. Okay. We'll end off on a bullish note. I hope you guys are liking and subscribing to the video, to the content. We've got 220 likes. That's 20 more than I originally wanted. If you're tuning in late to the show, or if you're watching this late, make sure that you like the video, please. Make sure that you subscribe to the content. I really want to get to 3,000 subs. We are well on our way. Having you guys join today has really made a difference, has really made an impact. I come live for you guys pretty much every day, Monday to Friday. I let you guys enjoy your weekends. I try and spend my weekends with my family when I can, when I'm not researching crypto for you guys. But make sure that you're subscribing to the content. It goes a long, long way. Okay. So, I'm only going to talk about this for a minute at most because this kind of speaks for itself. So SBF, the guy who owns FTX Exchange, Sam Bankman-Fried, is in talks to raise funds after a buying spree. So Sam has been buying crypto companies like BlockFi. He's been buying others as well. We've had news that has come out that's talking about Binance looking to help out between 5 to 100 crypto projects. People like SBF and CZ, they really, really understand that they have a responsibility. My responsibility to you guys is to make sure I share what I know with you guys every single day. Okay, in the week, I need to give you guys 13, 14, 15 hours of my time. And it's my job to make sure that you guys are learning, that you guys are understanding the crypto market. My job is to make crypto grow. My job is to be part of the crypto economy so that I can help crypto grow. Now, CZ and SBF, their responsibilities are far heavier in weight. Their responsibilities are to make sure that we can stay alive. When we see negative impacts in crypto, I'm only TraderNJ and I've got 2,500 subs. All right. With help from you guys, I'll have 3,000. But I can't help the crypto space the way that CZ and SBF can. And seeing news like this means that CZ and SBF, they understand their responsibilities inside of crypto. They're not going to let some altcoins go to zero, because some altcoins really do have a use case and really do have a utility within the crypto ecosystem. Now, with the market conditions being where they are, not many of these crypto companies can afford to stay afloat. So SBF and CZ, them stepping in, looking to raise more cash, looking to deploy more cash in the crypto ecosystem, bullish for crypto, massively bullish. Okay. And Hassan has a strong comment here that says, make crypto great again, says NJ 2022. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Anyway, a bit of banter. Right. 2.5 hours, crazy long stream today. I really appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I really do. One final time, if you haven't subscribed to the content, you've heard it 5 or 6 times in the show, bottom right hand corner, make sure you're subscribing to the content. Why are you missing out? It's for free, you know? And make sure you're liking the video, whether you're watching this recorded or you're watching this live. Make sure you smash a like on the video. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week, 12:15 BST. Make sure you guys are tuning in. We'll cover more things tomorrow. We'll see what Bitcoin is doing. Maybe with Bitcoin, it's taking a bit more time to unfold. For this type of deviation to unfold, imagine how many hourly candles this is going to take. You know, it's not probably going to happen today. If we break down and we hold something like this, maybe the short setup plays out. Okay? If it does, I'll update you guys in my Twitter. I'll update you guys on my Telegram channel. If you don't know the Telegram channel, it's in the description below. It's the first link. It's the In It for the Tech Telegram channel. We'll update you there. All right? So yeah. So I'll leave you guys there. Make sure that you guys are all health. I wish you guys all health, wealth, and safety. I'll see you guys in less than 24 hours for the next episode. Take care and goodbye.